The following is a sports presentation of Q100.
Springs Valley High School basketball's on the air. WFLQ Q100, the sports voice of the Valley, presents exciting play-by-play coverage of Springs Valley boys Blackhawk basketball. Tonight's game between the Springs Valley Blackhawks and the Perry Central Commodores being brought to you by Sullivan Financial, Raymond James and Associates Investments, Highway 60 and 9th Street in Mitchell. Springs Valley Bank and Trust with offices in French Lick, Paoli, and Jasper. Springs Valley Metals, Highway 145, French Lick, and by Smithville Fiber, now offering DSL and fast internet service to customers, another way to serve you better. And now Springs Valley High School basketball. Let's take you courtside to Q100's Mike Hamilton and Kevin Terrell.
Campus in French Lick, Indiana. This is Springs Valley High School basketball. Well, tonight the Blackhawks continue their extended homestand as they welcome in the Perry Central Commodores for a Patoka Lake Athletic Conference contest. Hello again, everyone. Mike Hamilton being joined by Kevin Terrell as the Hawks will take a 4-1 record into action. They suffered their first blip on the radar on Tuesday night as they fell to the Salem Lions 48-39. The Hawks had several chances down the stretch to pull that out, but could not make the enough plays to win the ball game. What hurt them as well, they got down 11-2 to start, and even though they would come back and actually lead in certain parts of the game, could not finish off and keep the record intact. Meanwhile, Perry Central comes in with a record of 1-4. Matt Carter in his 11th season with the Commodores, trying to blend a mixture of veterans and newcomers, and he has struggled here in the early part of the season, dropping 4 of the first 5 contests. But seems like every year in and year out, no matter what the talent is, these teams, Kevin Terrell, get together and usually have a pretty good affair.
That's no question about that, Mike. And last year, Perry Central, who I thought was the underdog coming into the game, managed to pull off an upset down in Leopold, beating us 59-55. Matt Carter's had his way with us throughout the years. He's 8-2 lifetime against Springs Valley as a coach, and he was better than that as a player. Boy, what a player he was back in the day. As a coach, he's been solid as well. He's 1 under 500 now. He tries to get back to the 500 mark for his career tonight. But for Springs Valley, they want to get off to a 5-1 start, their best start. If they can do it in many a moon down here, they have a real chance to do it against a struggling Commodore ball club who's ranked 99th by the computer in 2A. That's not very good because there's only 100 teams or so in 2A. They're ranked 99th. Wouldn't want to be the team below them, but they've struggled early. We need a chance to jump on them early, I think, use our pressure defense to up the tempo of this game and play a little bit faster. These games that's been in the 40s and the low 30s have been close. We pulled out a couple of them, but I think we're better at the higher tempo. We can play it. Look to do that tonight.
One thing that will benefit the Commodores, they will have Levi Hubert back. He has missed these first 5 ball games. He will add a lot inside for this Commodore team.
No question, he's a big guy. Gives them some strength, some size up front. Their team is still relies a lot on their guard play. They shoot a lot of three-pointers, or try to. We'll have to defend the three-point line, but yes, we'll have to keep him off the backboard and double him at times if we need to if he gets going inside.
Look for this Valley team to, and we'll hear from Michael Leitsman here in a little bit, to attack. He felt his team was a little bit too tentative against Salem. Usually good things happen when the Hawks take it to the rim.
Got to play aggressively, no fear, no doubt. Take it to the rim, challenge these guys. Don't be afraid of anyone. Respect all of your opponents, but don't fear any of them. That's what we got to get to from a mentality standpoint. Big part of that starts tonight because the team has had our number for many years.
Tonight, Springs Valley and Perry Central, the teams with the opposite records. Valley at 4-1, Perry at 1-4. The Hawks hope to stay undefeated as they try to pick up their 3rd conference win. Tip-off about 12 minutes from now. But first up, we'll have our Springs Valley basketball report as we're joined by Michael Leitsman after this break. This is Springs Valley High School basketball.
Hello, my name is Ross Key. I speak farming and represent Springs Valley Bank and Trust, a true community bank committed to agriculture. As an ag specialist, I am committed to working with our customers and supporting the economic strength of our agricultural community. I look forward to building new and lasting relationships with farmers, businesses, and the people in the communities in which we live and work. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
This is the Springs Valley Basketball Report with head coach Michael Leitzman as the Blackhawks play host to conference rival Perry Central. Coach, as we go back to Tuesday night, getting ready for a Salem team that you knew was going to be tough, maybe not as good as the team that they had from last year, but talk a little bit about how the kids played.
Yeah, they had a really special team last year that went to a sectional championship game. This year, their team, isn't as explosive as last year's team, but they're a talented Salem team. They bring back the Hennigas kid who started varsity for them last year, and he's one of the best point guards in our area. He's a really good point guard. And then they brought back the Whedon kid who's been a starter for them since their sophomore year in the varsity team. So they brought back two of their better players from last year. They're two of their top three players from last year, and they brought the Suvac kid back, who's their best shooter. So they had some nice returning pieces, and then they have some really athletic guys that went with them, like the Miller kid down low, and they just had some good athletes that came up from last year's JV team, but they brought back three of their best players from last year in the varsity squad. So we knew they were going to be good again. But I felt like we had a good chance to beat them. I felt like we could beat them. And after playing the game, I still feel confident in beating that team if we got another chance at them. But credit to Salem, they made winning plays at the end of the game, and we couldn't. It felt like every time we took the lead, we couldn't make the next move to hold on to the lead. Or every time we got it to a 1 or 3 point game, we couldn't make that next winning play to put us over the top. And Salem was able to make those winning plays, and that's credit to them.
Coach, you got down 11-2 in this ball game, and even though you did come back, do you believe in situations where you have to expend some extra energy to get back to the top that maybe you might not have towards the end of a ball game?
You do. You do have to come back and, use a lot more effort when you're down early in the game. But we got down so early that we still had plenty of time to catch up. And the way the game was played, it was a lot of half-court offense, a lot of half-court defense. So we were able. I don't think we wore out. I don't think we got tired. But I do know we had to get off to better starts. We can't get down 11-2. I thought we came out. I thought we were ready to play, but they weren't ready to play. If that makes sense, they just kind of came out and they were we weren't our aggressive selves. We got to come out and be aggressive. I thought they came out, and I don't know if it was something that they had in the back of their heads from last year's performance or what, but we came out just not really attacking. We just kind of just went through the motions a little bit those first couple of minutes and got down 11-2. But then after that, we made some plays and got back in it. Then we started being ourselves again. But we can't wait 4 to 6 minutes into the game to start being ourselves. We got to get to better starts, and we can control that. I think our kids, if you think about our kids, they got a lot of laid-back personalities. And at some point, we got to find that switch where we can flip that switch on, where they can have that mentality that they're going to take over and kind of have that killer instinct, like to put a team away or get on a team. You got to have that instinct. I know we got some laid-back personalities, but when you step on that court, you kind of got to change your personality a little bit.
Coach, you didn't shoot the ball as well as you did against Medora and Crothersville. Was that maybe something that Salem's defense had to do with?
Well, they scouted our Crothersville game, and we shot the ball really well. So I knew, and we knew coming into that game that they were going to try to take away the three-point shot. They did a good job of finding our shooters. We got Christian and Ryan going early. They kind of didn't find them a couple of possessions, and those two were shooting the ball really well. That second half, they were all over Christian and Ryan. They weren't going to let them get open. But the big thing I noticed, though, is they were overplaying our three-point shot. And instead of our kids being aggressive and attacking downhill, we were just really content with just moving the basketball around, and not attacking. And that's what worried me the most after that game is I felt like our guys weren't being aggressive enough on offense. And at the same time, I watched the film for myself, and, I've got to put us in better situations on offense. So, we looked at what we could do better as coaches, and I showed the players what they could do better as players. And a lot of it's just being more aggressive. Attacking downhill. Teams are going to take away our three-point shot. We can't be content with them doing that. We've still got to be able to attack the paint. We shot 5 free throws, and it wasn't bad officiating. It was us not being aggressive, and we've got to get to the free throw line more than that if we're going to be successful.
All right. Coach, second of 3 games this week. You come back with Lagodi again tomorrow night, but undoubtedly this is the most important game of the week because it is in conference. Do you feel like the kids have had a good couple of days of practice since that Salem game?
It is a really important game because conference is a big goal of ours, and if you're going to win conference, you got to take care of business early to put yourself in a situation at the end of the year. Especially in our conference, there's so many good teams. You look at Paoli and Crawford, who's won it 2 years in a row, and West Washington, who's always been really successful in our conference. You've got to put yourself in situations to have a chance at the end. So we've got to take care of business tonight against Perry Central. Their record's not real good, but they've also got one of their better players coming back tonight, I think, and the Levi Hubert kid, and he really hurt us last year. So we got to do a better job on him this year, keeping him off the boards. But as far as that's definitely the most important game of the week. But we want to make sure we can get as many wins as we can throughout this week. We let one go, I think, in the Salem game, so we were looking for a big weekend. At the same time, I thought practice went really well the last 2 days. We didn't really do too much. We didn't overdo it on Thursday. We wanted to save our legs because we got a big weekend. But we definitely got a lot of mental reps in Thursday and a little bit Wednesday. And I thought our kids had great focus. Sometimes losing's never good. I'm not going to say I hate losing more than anybody, so I'm not going to say losing was good for us. But sometimes losing wakes you up a little bit. And I thought we had some guys take practice a little more seriously on Wednesday and Thursday this week because they know if they would have played just a little bit better individually, we would have won that game Tuesday. So I thought our guys took practice a little bit more serious, and we were able to have 2 good days of practice going into this weekend.
All right. And Coach, as a final thought, other than getting off to a better start than you did against Salem, I assume that's probably at the top of the priority list, but what else are you looking for the guys to do tonight?
Well, we get up to a better start. We're looking to take care of the basketball still. We're doing a great job taking care of the basketball. We only had 7 turnovers against Salem this year. We had 27 against Salem last year, which I know they were 2 different kind of defensives between the 2 years. But, that's still credit to our kids taking care of the basketball. We got to rebound. I thought we did a good job rebounding against Salem. They only out-rebounded us by 4, and they're a lot bigger team than us. Unfortunately, the 2 biggest rebounds of the game they got there at the end, and they were able to take that 4-point lead off 2 putbacks. So we got to continue doing those 2 things and do those 2 things a little bit better each game. And then the big thing is attacking more. We got to attack more. We're too good of a team to score 39 points. I've got to get better. I got to put us in better situations, and our kids have got to take those situations and be more aggressive in those situations. So got to attack more on offense. Don't settle. We're too good to settle. And then right now, I love the defensive effort. Defense is just effort, pride, and communication. And right now, we're definitely doing 2 of those things. We definitely have effort. We definitely have pride. Our communication's getting better, but there were still some miscommunications we had against Salem. So defensively, keep doing what we're doing, but communicate a little bit better. And then offensively, attack. We got to push the basketball in transition. I think we're a good half-court team, but we can't be in the half-court every possession. We've got to look to score, get out and run a little bit, and we're going to look to do that tonight.
All right. Hopefully the kids follow the advice. Coach, thanks for the talk. As always, go out and get them.
Thank you.
And this has been the Springs Valley Basketball Report with head coach Michael Leitzman as the Blackhawks take on Perry Central. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School Basketball.
When it comes to shopping local, most of us think of small, friendly mom-and-pop shops with their quality products and commitment to their community. You may not think of Smithville as a local company, but it is. An Indiana company built by Hoosiers for Hoosiers. Nationally recognized for outstanding fiber internet, TV voice, and security, as well as incredible customer service provided by your fellow Hoosiers. Go local. Visit switchtosmithville.com for the fastest internet and more. You'll be in good hands.
Joined now by the head coach of the Perry Central Commodores, Matt Carter. And Coach, it's always good to catch up with you. 5 games into the season now. Talk a little bit about how the kids have been playing to this point.
Yeah, we've had some tough games, thus far against some really good teams, and trying to find some chemistry and got some new lineups and got some injuries we've been kind of working through. So we haven't really, gelled so far, but I feel like we've had a good week of practice and hope to show some improvements tonight.
Tell us a little bit about some of your personnel. I'm sure it's a mixture of kids that have some varsity experience, but also new kids trying to fill in certain spots.
Yeah, we had 3 seniors that have played a lot of varsity for us, and then other than them, Levi Hubert, which junior for us, but he's been hurt and hasn't played the last 3 games. Is the other one had a lot of experience. So the other kids that have been playing, this is their first year of varsity, and it's been been a process for them to the game's a little faster, and it's not JV basketball anymore, and they're figuring that out and slowly coming along. And we've had a couple kids especially had really good weeks of practice, so hopefully they'll show some things tonight for us.
Have there been some areas of the game you've been pleased with that the kids may be ahead of the curve right now?
Well, we had a couple of games where we took decent care of the basketball, which is something that we thought would be a concern without really a true point guard. But then we had a couple of games where we were really sloppy with it. But I think that's something that the first couple of games of the year we were really pleased with, and then it's kind of went downhill the last couple. So hopefully we can get back to that, value in the ball, and get quality possessions.
What of what you know about Springs Valley, what's impressed you so far?
We come and seen them play this week Tuesday when they played Salem, and I was real impressed with how they competed, and they got their balance. They have some good interior guys that can score inside, and they have good guard play and some kids that can knock down the 3. So they're pretty well rounded, and they get after you defensively, and they took good care of the basketball. Salem put some pressure on them. They handled it well. So they're going to be definitely a tough challenge for us.
From your team standpoint, what do you feel are going to be important for your guys to do?
We'd like to get off to a good start. It seems like even the games we had played well this year, we got off to slow starts and got ourselves in a hole early. We'd like to come out and be the aggressor in the first quarter and kind of be able to play at a pace that we're comfortable at instead of we've been playing catch up. It seems like the first quarter every game.
All right. Well, Coach, we appreciate you spending time with us, and always good to catch up with you, as I said before, and we wish you the best not only tonight but on through the rest of the season as well.
Thank you.
And that is Matt Carter, the head coach of the Perry Central Commodores, as we get a chance to talk to him prior to the contest. We're about set to go as Springs Valley takes on Perry Central in a PLAC encounter. Here to give us the rundown of the starting lineups, our very own Kevin Terrell.
Should be a good one tonight. Here in the Hawksnest, Perry Central coming up from Leopold. They're 1-4, and they've had Springs Valley's number in recent years. They want to keep that going tonight. We'll see if they can do it. They go with Kane Hone. He is 6'4", 170, the junior. Up front alongside another 6'4" player, Luke Bishop. Luke's just 150 pounds, though, a senior, scoring 11.6 a game. Andy Graves, 6'3", and a junior, starts up front as well. There's a big front line for Perry Central. Cage Kiplinger in the backcourt, 6 foot, a senior, and Ty Mullis, 165'9", and a senior as well. Veteran ball club in the starting lineup anyway for Coach Matt Carter, who there are many movies about Matt Carter, Coach Carter, but he's been a great coach to this year and a even greater player back in the day. For Springs Valley, Michael Leedsman comes out at 4-1. Michael is looking for his first career win ever against Perry Central. They go with this lineup. Zach Carnes in the backcourt, 5'9", and a senior. He's joined by Christian Tucker, 5'9", and a junior, scoring 10.4 a game. Christian and Zach will have their hands full tonight with the bigger backcourt of Perry Central. Ryan Towles up front, 6'4", a senior. He's scoring 11.2 a game. Ryan will be key on the boards tonight. Jackson Land, 5'11", and a junior, scoring 5 a game, will be matched up with a bigger opponent when Valley plays man. And then the leading scorer for the Hawks in what is a balanced attack, Braden Whitaker, 6'3", and a senior. Braden scoring 12.8 a game. Mike, Valley is up in some high standards, high lofty areas. Computer this week, Sagarin has the Hawks ranked at number 8 in 1A. They were impressed with that game against Salem, even though it was in defeat. They want to continue to impress the rest of the media and the rest of the Southern Indiana hoops community. They can do that tonight if they can knock off Perry Central. And here for the play-by-play, our very own Mike Hamilton.
All right, Kevin Terrell, thank you very much. And hello again, everyone, as Kane Honey out jumps Ryan Tao on the tip. Perry Central and Green moving left to right as they swing it around the perimeter. Valley opening up in a man, and in the first 13 seconds of the contest, our first foul of the game, as they tried to go in low to Andy Graves, and Ryan Tao reached around him and commits the game's first personal.
Good movement by Perry Central, who looks sharp and efficient in their offensive attack with the man. We know they run good stuff. Just no matter how well they can shoot it.
Quick three out of the corner is no good by Luke Bishop. He is their leading scorer at 11.6 a contest. He wasted no time with the catch off the inbounds and let her fly and barely grazed the rim.
How are you going to get hot unless you fire one early? That's what Luke Bishop's philosophy was. He fired up a long corner three, barely grazed iron, and the Hawks will take it. Their first possession, Perry Central, 2-3 zone.
Here is Christian Tucker, works it around now to Land at the point. Turns, cross-courts it to Christian, back up top now to Carnes. Valley in white with the black letters,
nice.
numbers, in low to Christian Tucker. He lost it, then stripped it away nicely from Ty Mullis, picked up by Tao. Now they go to Tucker out of the corner for three. It's no good. Zach Carnes, the offensive rebound. Now he'll spot up for a triple. It clangs off the back of the rim. Jackson Land with the rebound, so the Hawks are going to get a $3 for $1 here unless they turn it over. Whitaker works it around now to Carnes, now to Land. Against that Perry zone. Jackson flashes into the lane to Braden Whitaker, and his turnaround jumper is perfect as the Hawks on the board first.
Early offense for Springs Valley. Early indications against that 2-3 zone. They're going to move it and get the ball to the inside, where Perry Central's going to have a tough time covering it.
And they turn it over as the ball's through the hands of Andy Graves on the right wing and out of bounds. The first turnover by either team.
I like how the Hawks moving against this zone early. They continue to cut, hold the ball, look for the openings in the interior, and just be patient with it.
Carnes slides off the Tao screen at the foul line. Now they swing it around the perimeter. Whitaker's got it on the right side. To Tucker, high post now to Tao, back to Christian. He drives to the baseline, cut off. Clears it away now to Whitaker.
Nice.
Down to the corner. Tucker doesn't take the three. He'll drive the baseline, kicks it down to the corner to Carnes for three. It wouldn't go. Another offensive rebound by Tao. Hooks it in low, intended for Whitaker, and it is knocked away by Ty Mullis and out of bounds. That's already 3 offensive rebounds here for Valley.
Hawks are in their man offense against the 2-3 zone this possession. A little bit interesting.
They post up Whitaker, tries to go up and under, lost it, got it back, beats it inside to Tao, who leans in, puts it off the glass and in. Good job by Braden Whitaker. He was double teamed and found Ryan Tao underneath the hoop, and Valley with a quick 4-0 lead, so they won't get down 11-2 like they did against Salem. Out front, Bishop works it around now to Honey. Valley stays in that man-to-man. Graves flashes out beyond the arc. Now they work it in low to Kiplinger, who kicks it back out to Bishop for a three that is short. Rebound tapped out low to Tucker. 2-0 ahead to Braden Whitaker for the layup, and it's a quick 6-0 lead. Carnes almost gets the steal at half court. Into the lane goes Kiplinger, throws up the runner. Make that Honey puts it up and gets Perry Central's first basket of the contest. So that time, Commodore scoring in transition. 6-2 your score on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. We are almost 3 minutes into the game. Off the Tao screen, Carnes takes it out to the wing. Now they swing it around to Whitaker. Tucker on the touch left side.
Boy, had Zach Carnes wide open in the middle there.
Here's a pull-up jumper from 16 by Ryan Tao. That is good. So Ryan continuing his mid-range marksmanship. He's got 4, and Valley back to a 6-point lead at 8-2. Flashing out is Kiplinger for three. It would not go. Jackson Land able to grab the rebound. Ahead now to Tucker. Christian down the lane, dumps it off now to Land. Jackson will spot up for three. It's no good. Oh, and it's off of Honey and out of bounds. Boy, that ricocheted off the rim so badly that Honey, he was surprised, and all he could do was get a hand up, and it ended up tipping it out of bounds.
Self-defense, it would have hit him right in the nose. It clanked off the rim at an odd angle.
Off the inbounds. Land trying to post up Whitaker. They go into him. Turns on Graves. Leans in. Scoops up the shot and missed it. Rebound pulled out of there now by Mullis. He brings it into the front court. Baseline to Honey. Spins his way in. Banks it off the window and in. What a move along the baseline by Kane Honey. And it's 8-4 as both teams up and down the court right now. Halfway through the opening quarter. Here's Tucker. Swings it around now to Carnes. Jumps it back to Christian, fakes the three, hands back to Carnes again. Zach takes it left side, skips the pass back out to Tucker. Back to Carnes, he drives the baseline, tries to hook it in low and threw it away. Picked up by Mullis. He waits for traffic to clear. That's going to be an over and back violation. Yes, indeed. That is a good call there, as Honey did not establish himself in the front court when he took the pass. Matt Carter doesn't buy it. And it's still going to go as a turnover, and the Hawks get the ball back.
It's amazing how the coach never buys that.
Of course not.
He was going to protest it all night long, but the Hawks get the turnover. It's the second one on Perry Central.
Tucker, always in that catch-and-shoot mode, isn't he? Here's a three by Zach. It would not drop, and Bishop, the rebound, roars it up. Had it knocked away, picked up by Braden. So another Perry Central turnover. Braden down the lane, kicks it left side to Carnes. Zach up top now to Tucker. Won't take the three. Instead hands it to Carnes. Valley will set up the offense. They lead by 4. Almost 5 minutes played. Carnes out front. Slides off the towel, screen to the wing. Comes back top of the key now to Whitaker. In low to Towel for a 10-footer, and he switches another one in.
Elbow jumper, his sweet spot. Second time he's able to knock one in. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Swing music here early for Ryan Towle.
Good to see Valley get inside that zone for those little mid-range jumpers. In low, they post up. Kiplinger, here's Bishop out of the corner, and he finally gets one to go. He's been sniping this whole quarter, and he finally buries a 3 out of the left corner, his first basket of the contest.
Flex action there by Perry Central. We're having a hard time guarding that. They're beating us on the downstream.
In the lane, Whitaker can't do anything with it. They swing it around to Cole Cooper, who's now in the game for the first time. Cole, the 5'10 junior, off to Whitaker. He lines up a 3 and buries it. Right now, it's the Whitaker and Towle show. Braden with 7, Ryan with 6. And that's the lead for the Hawks as Mullis in low, almost had it stripped away. Gets it out to Clay James, who's into the ball game now for the first time. Now they feed it in low to Kiplinger. It's off his hands, picked up by Zach Carnes. Another PC turnover. Carnes runs. They find a Whitaker. Can he make it 2 in a row? No, he cannot. Fight for the loose ball, and I think Ryan Towle just picked up his second foul.
He did indeed. Going for that loose ball. Couldn't manage to snag it.
So that is going to spell trouble here, and I think Michael Leachman will go to his bench. Trenton McElfresh checks in now for the first time. Trenton, the 5'10 junior. Nope, he is a senior, my bad. 3.6 a game, and Isaac Carnes, the junior, checking in as well, averaging 3 a contest. Into the front court, Perry trailing by 6, minute 35 to go, opening quarter. James down in the corner. Lobs it weak side to Honey, who leans in, puts it up good, it'll count and a foul. What a move. Boy, this Honey kid has got some NBA moves on him. He spun his way into the lane, put up the shot, got it to go, and drew the foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play. He averages 4 a game. He's already up to 6 points as Isaac Carnes called for the foul. That's 3 already on Valley now, none on Perry.
He's smaller than our bigs and quicker than them, and he's bigger than our smalls. A tough matchup right now as Honey able to spin around the baseline and be acrobatic in his finishes. He's got 7 now as he drains that free throw.
And just like that, Perry back to within 3 as they cut the lead in half, 13-10. Now a little full court pressure by the Commodores. McElfresh gets it ahead to Tucker. Christian comes back on the near side of McElfresh. Down left wing to Carnes. Isaac brings it back out now to Jackson Lamb. Like the way he's giving some of his starters a little bit of a rest right now. Here is Whitaker, off now to Christian, open for 3, knocks it down! Christian on the board as he was open from the left wing. Second triple of the game for Valley. They reestablish a 6-point lead under a minute to go first quarter. James travel with the basketball. Put a little stutter step on, and already 5 Perry turnovers here in the opening quarter.
I like how we're moving the ball against their zone. Perry continuing to stick with the 2-3, at least momentarily, although now it looks like Coach Carter's going to switch it up. Go man-to-man.
Here's Tucker against the taller James. Works it over to Land.
Boy, Land's going to drive if he can take it.
Yeah, he had it on the left side. A little crossover move. Hands off to McElfresh down to the corner. Top of the key to Whitaker. Drives on Graves. Stops. Hands to Jackson taking it into the lane. Oh, it looked like he got hacked on the arm. No call. As Honey comes out of there with it. Nearly threw it away. Picked up by Mullis. Now they skip it in low to Graves, who puts it up. Missed the layup. And the Hawks rebound, and with 20 seconds to go, let's see if they'll play for the final shot of the quarter.
That was a great pass by Honey, but Graves couldn't finish it. Hawks with a chance to take an 8-point lead, or maybe 9 if they can convert.
Down to 10. Tucker dribbling inside the center jump circle. Sends it right wing to McElfresh. Trenton comes back on the near side to Tucker. One dribble, and he double dribbles, yeah. He had that moment of indecision whether to shoot it He saw Jackson land out of the corner of his eye, down to the corner open, and that cost him as he picked up the dribble and then slapped it down again. So 2 seconds here for Perry to try to get a shot off. They'll get it into Mullis. He'll fire it up from 50, and it sails over the goal as we end the opening quarter of play. Good start for Valley. They lead by 6 on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard after one, 16-10 over Perry Central. Back with the second quarter in a moment in Springs Valley High School basketball.
A message from Spring Valley Meadows and Prince Lick.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and Prince Lick, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
This is Springs Valley's senior guard, Zach Carnes. Your power station for Blackhawk Sports is Q100 WFLQ.
Hawks get the ball to start the second quarter. Mike Hamilton along with Kevin Terrell. Glad to have you along as the Hawks looking to go 5-1 on the young season and stay unbeaten in conference play. Here is Isaac Carnes, baseline to land. Cross-courts it to Cole Cooper, drives to the wing, pulls up for a 10-footer, couldn't get it to go, and Graves the rebound, and they're going to say Trenton McElfresh reached in as he stayed back and commits the personal foul. That'll be his first, and already the fourth now on the Hawks. Valley, pretty decent sniping here in the opening quarter, 7 out of 13, so anytime you're over 50%, coaches will take that.
Yeah, getting a lot of open looks against the Perry zone early. They switched it up to man-to-man. We'll see if our offense stays as efficient now with that.
And full court pressure. They break it out of the corner. Honey for 3. Oh, it's this guy in Fuego. Unbelievable. How is it that you can shut down a team's leading scorer and then somebody that is just a basic role player just goes absolutely wild? 10 points already for Honey in low. Hawks lose it. Picked up by James. He runs the floor. He palmed the basketball. Yes, indeed. As he caught the ball up on his hip. That's what's hurting Perry right now. They're not doing a very good job of taking care of the basketball. Already a half a dozen turnovers, but they're shooting lights out here, especially Kane Honey.
Yeah, he's hot. He's 4 for 4 is what I've got him at. And Perry going again to that 1-2-2 zone. Third different defense they've tried. Again, big openings in the middle. And there it is, right where you want to get it.
They post up Tao, open for the little 10-footer, and he drops it in.
Rantel's hot too. He's got 4 baskets in 4 tries. And in the middle of that zone, Perry just not recovered to the basketball. And Ryan, with a good soft touch, is finishing.
Here's Honey, drives it on Tao. Ryan's got to be careful. Mullis down the lane. Puts up the runner, no good, but we're going to get yet another Valley foul as the foul starting to get a little awkward here. 5-0 in fouls as Trenton McElfresh picks up his second. Nope, they're going to put it on Cole Cooper instead. That'll be just his first as Mullis goes to the free throw line and cannot get the first one to go.
I wonder why they went with the Mullis pronunciation. That's Mullis every other place in the world.
Exactly.
Except Leopold is Mullis. I wonder where they got that.
Exactly.
I will probably mess that up before the night's over if I haven't already.
Ryan Hubert, a 6-foot junior, is checked into the game. He averages 6 a game. Second free throw is good. The Valley lead is 4 now at 18-14. You would think if you weren't looking at a scoreboard that Hawks would be dominating thus far, but they only have a 4-point lead. Minute and a half into the second quarter. Carnes in there with McElfresh. The other Carnes, Isaac, Cole Cooper, and Ryan Tao.
I'll get this 1-2-2 look. We've got very stationary and another turnover.
Bad pass by Isaac Carnes. Here is Hubert back the other way. And his pass tipped away, and it's saved nicely by Cooper into Zach Carnes. He drives it, baseline to Isaac. He leans in, little fall away, no good. Rebound Ryan Tao, back up, no good. He fights for the rebound, boy. How could there be no foul? Then back on the other end, McElfresh stole the ball as he stripped it from behind of Honey, and then Honey, chasing him down, runs into him and commits the personal foul.
Valley continuing to sub a lot, trying to wear down Perry Central with their depth. Two fresh bodies coming in there now. It's going to be Tucker coming back in there and Whitaker back in as well as they continue to try to keep fresh troops out there, hoping that at some point they wear down Perry Central a little bit.
And Michael Leachman right now, Kevin, rolling the dice with Ryan Tao in there. He's got 2 fouls.
He's really the only guy other than Whitaker who can play the middle of that zone.
Right. There's a slant drive by McElfresh, and Trenton called for traveling. He tried to come to a jump stop, and Andy Graves came in, the big 6'3", 180-pounder, to block his way, and Trenton really didn't have much of an option. Just threw the ball up and gets called for the travel.
Yeah, looked more awkward than it really was, but he didn't land on both feet at the same time. Needs to do that. Had a little hop skip there, and then he drug it. Got called for the whistle.
Mulis in low to a cutting Hubert, kicks it out to Mulis, steps inside the line. Now Bishop will try a 3. It is short, and Christian Tucker able to pull down the rebound. 5:20 to go in the half. Valley by 4. McElfresh to Cooper, out of the corner. Whitaker for 3. Would not go, and the rebound pulled out of there by Andy Graves. Commodores push it. Mulis into the front court. Cross-courts it now to Bishop. Top of the key now to James. Drives around McElfresh. Baseline to Hubert. He'll launch a 3 and hit it. Wow. Just a matter of hitting shots. And Perry Central is hot right now, and they are keeping pace with the Hawks here as Michael Leachman has to spend a 30-second timeout, with his team leading now by just 1, 18-17 on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. Chicago's Pizza, eating good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch. 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick.
Well, they made a defensive mistake there. They helped off the ball side corner. Many coaches absolutely forbid their teams from doing that, taking that easy pass from one wing or one block to the opposite corner, and it's also a good offensive rebounding shot. If you do miss that, the ball tends to bounce long and where the offensive rebounds can get. So you want to do whatever you can and not give up shots from the ball side corner. Valley instead helped off of it, gave up a wide open look, and Perry doing what they do well, they knock it down.
So Valley's lead trimmed to 1. It's been as high as 6. Whitaker left wing, up top to Tucker, around now to Carnes. Out of the corner it goes to Tao. Ryan, right corner, back out to Carnes. Swings it over on the near side to Tucker. Back to Whitaker. Valley can rotate against the zone fast enough. They ought to get a good look, and they get one to Zach Carnes cutting down the lane. Got the beautiful feed from Whitaker and pops it up and in for his first 2. And out of the corner, another 3 is good. It's Ryan Hubert again. Unbelievable shooting. There's no way the Commodores are going to be able to keep this pace up. Our first tie of the game now at 20. Valley led all the way up until this point. We're halfway through the second quarter.
You got to get on your hands up and make these guys put it on the deck. You can't let him take spot shots. Hubert's hit 2 in a row from the same spot.
Here is Tao, open from 10. Got it again! So it's working on both sides. Ryan now has got 10. As both teams lighting it up here against the other's defense. Here is Honey, free throw line. Oh, mismatch with Carnes. So he fires the jumper from 15. Didn't even draw iron there. Here's Jackson back the other way. Hands off to Tao. Back to Zach. Swings it around to Land. Jackson for 3. That's well short. You could tell that on the release. And the Commodores have it back, trailing by 2. Honey picks up the dribble. Clears it away now to Hubert. Works it around now to Mulis, deep on the right side. Swings it back out now. By the way, there are 2 James on this team and 3, count them 3, Hubert.
Back door.
Oh, to Bishop, and he lost the ball. Now it's loose on the floor. Zach Carnes picked it up.
That's an old Mike Brown play from Paoli that a lot of teams stole from him. They had a beat. but they couldn't convert it right there when they fumbled the ball. Quick three out of the corner, missed by Tucker. Rebound Land in low to Tao. His shot short, and good hustle by Jackson Land to come up with yet another offensive rebound. And now Whitaker works it around to Tucker. Christian tries another three, and again he cannot get it to go. Tough shooting night. Christian's only hit one thus far. Yeah, he's hit 5 long-range attempts. Just made the one. Got to keep shooting it, though.
25 to go in the half. Only out front. Works it around now to Hubert. Hubert being guarded by Tucker. Takes it to the top of the key. Moves it left side now to Bishop. Luke Bishop backs it out near center court. Maintains the dribble. Bounces away to Mullis over here on the near side.
High-five offense right here by Perry Central. Much like Borden runs with Coach Nash. They put everybody above the foul line trying to spread Valley out and backdoor it.
They feed it in low to Honey, and his fadeaway jumper on the rim and off. Rebound tapped around, and Jackson Land comes out of there with it. Well, after a flurry of scoring now, it seems like nobody can get a shot to go. Minute 45 to go. Really, it's actually a pretty low-scoring first half. Valley's only scored 6 points here in the quarter. Perry's managed 10. Carnes, top of the key now to Whitaker. To Tucker, right wing now to Land. Jackson on the dribble. In low to Ryan Tao, who dribbled it off his foot. Tracks it down to the left corner. Throws it back out to Tucker. Around now to Whitaker. Braden turns, cross-courts the pass to Zach. Baseline to Tao. 12-footer on the way. Got again! Ryan Tao doing it all right now. He's got 6 in each quarter, 12 in the game. He's got half of the Hawks' points, and they lead by 4 as we approach a minute to go. High post Honey. Hands off now to Hubert against Carnes. Can't do anything. Works it in low. There is Grace stripped away from Christian Tucker and pulled out of there by Zach Carnes. Another PC turnover. Hawks being aggressive on defense. Here is Tucker off now to Whitaker. Misses the short 15-footer. Oh, and Ryan Tao has just picked up his 3rd foul. You're wondering if Michael Leachman might pull him out of there here in the waiting moments, but he stayed back and tried to strip the ball away. Ryan's telling the official he got all ball, but he's going to lose the argument, and now he's got to come out, and that could spell big trouble for the Hawks as Ryan's got 3.
Long stretch of play there without a whistle, too. I think that added to that. I think he's kind of out of the rhythm of the shot. I want to see Valley lift up and shoot a 3 there. We had a couple kids pass up shots. I know they're struggling, but I think you just need to play within the timing and rhythm of the game. We ended up with a tough 2-point shot by Whitaker. Passed up 2 wide-open 3-point shots to get it.
The Commodores have spread the floor, and they're apparently going to play for the last shot of the half. Down to 22 seconds left. They'll also get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. Valley just staying back as Hubert just holds the ball down to 15 seconds. Now he'll put it on the floor. Zach Carnes comes out to defend. Hubert spins, goes over now to James, who drives down the lane, missed it, but it's put back up and in by Andy Graves. 4 seconds to go. 3. Off now to Tucker. Quick 3 on the way. Is no good as time expires here in this first half of play. Well, it looked as though Valley dominated much of the action. Yet what could hurt them down the stretch is the fact that they only own a 2-point lead here at halftime as the Commodores knocking down big shot after big shot, and the Hawks not cashing in fully on their opportunities. For certified Angus beef steaks served up the way you want in a great atmosphere, come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick. With a heated screened-in patio to make you feel like you're outside, come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick. You get the idea. For good food all in a legendary atmosphere, it's 33 Brick Street, downtown French Lick. Halftime here at the Hawks Nest in this Patoka Lake Athletic Conference battle, and after 2 quarters of play on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard, it is the Springs Valley Blackhawks 24, the Perry Central Commodores 22. You're listening to Springs Valley High School Basketball.
We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust. You'll love our helpful staff, our warm and smiling faces. Latest tools and services, delivered by the friends you trust. We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
You've got a great watchdog. He barks every time someone comes to the door, devoted to your protection. But he can't lock your doors, turn on your lights, or set the temperature of your house. However, those things are part of what a Honeywell Lyric home automation system from Smithville Security can provide. Keep your dog and all other things you love safe. Visit smithvillesecurity.com today to discover how affordable peace of mind can be. Simple, smart, safe, Smithville.
Caring people make the difference at Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick.
You can feel it the minute you walk into Springs Valley Meadows. We're the experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. We're here to help you and your family find answers, solutions, and peace of mind. In fact, we become an extension of your family. For more information about Springs Valley Meadows, Highway 145, French Lick, visit ascseniorcare.com.
Or call Springs Valley Meadows at 936-9991.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
Before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley High School basketball.
Blackhawk and IU basketball, a winning shot every time. Hear them here on WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Back once again at Springs Valley High School, where at halftime the Hawks on the fast-setting scoreboard only lead by 2 against Perry Central, 24-22. The main reason, Kane Honey, only averaging 4 a game. He has gone for 10 here in the first half. They've gotten 6 off the bench from Ryan Hubert on 2 threes. Luke Bishop, their leading scorer, has a 3-point basket. Andy Graves, a tip-in near the end of the buzzer, and 1 point out of Ty Mulis. Cade Kiplinger has been held scoreless. He started, and off the bench, Garrett James has yet to score. For Springs Valley, leading the way is Ryan Tao. He has got 12, 6 in each quarter. Braden Whitaker has chipped in with 7, one of his 3 baskets, a three-pointer. Christian Tucker has a 3-point field goal. And Zach Carnes has the other 2 on a nice little floater in the lane in the second quarter. Jackson Land started, and off the bench, Cole Cooper, Trenton McElfresh, and Isaac Carnes have played, but none of that quartet has scored. So 12 from Ryan Tao, but the big problem, Ryan picked up his 3rd foul late in that second quarter of play, and he is really the only one in any foul trouble. In fact, he's the only one that has more than 1. Perry Central was whistled for just 1 foul in those 16 minutes of action. Figure that. Valley led 16-10 after 1. They get outscored 12-8 in the second quarter. Their lead 2 on the Fast Eddie scoreboard at 24-22. When we come back, we'll have a special guest. Springs Valley football coach Mark Hamlin will join us after these words. This is Springs Valley High School basketball.
Here's wishing a Merry Christmas to all you basketball fans from all of us at Valley Marathon, where 8 pieces of chicken is just $7.99 every day, including Sundays. Quality Marathon gas, and now we're cooking fried chicken daily. 2-liter bottles of Coke and Pepsi, only 99 cents this month at Valley Marathon in West Baden.
Hello, my name is Ross Key. I speak farming and represent Springs Valley Bank and Trust, a true community bank committed to agriculture. As an ag specialist, I am committed to working with our customers and supporting the economic strength of our agricultural community. I look forward to building new and lasting relationships with farmers, businesses, and the people in the communities in which we live and work. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
This is Springs Valley senior forward Trent McElfresh. Don't miss a second of the action of Blackhawk basketball by keeping it tuned in here to Q100.
Back again at Springs Valley High School. Hawks with a 2-point lead on Perry Central here at halftime. And as promised, joined by Springs Valley football coach Mark Hammond, who, after a 7-8 year hiatus, I guess, getting back into it. And Coach, I know a lot of people are glad you got back in. I think you were too. 5-5 record belied by the fact that so many good teams on the schedule, and boy, just a tough game against North Central there in that sectional ball game. Could have gone either way. They ended up kicking a last-second field goal, but overall, I thought a very successful season for the Hawks.
Yeah, I'd say, Mike, getting back into it, you new group of kids, and even though I knew the kids and stuff, it was just so much fun. I was so thankful to have that group. You had a great group of seniors, and then again, just each class, had a lot to give to each night and each day of practice. But like I said, we opened up the season with 3 really tough opponents with Eastern Green and Mitchell and Paley, knowing those 3 were going to be a lot stronger probably than they were the year before. But like I said, after those 3 games, I thought we played really some solid football, and very pleased with what we was able to do out there on the field. And like I said, it was a lot of fun. I know all the coaches had a great time, and like I said, we wish we could have got that one in sectional, but North Central's a solid team, and just didn't go our way for us. But again, hopefully a lot more excitement to come in the future for Springs Valley football.
I want to know, you hold the distinction for scoring the most points this season against the Class A runners-up. Even state champion Pioneer only scored 42. Valley scored 44 against them. So I think that says something right there.
There you go. That was big. And to get that game, I think, even though we ended up getting beat by 22 points, whatever it was, I think that really gave our kids some confidence even going forward. Like I said, maybe we didn't show it, but each week you keep watching Eastern Green going, well, maybe we got a little something for some of these teams. And, like I said, Coach Reynolds already got a big head on that, so we're not going to bring that up too many times. But that's a great offensive output for us, and our defense just kept getting better as the year went on.
The good news, almost all of your linemen, offense and defense, underclassmen. The bad news, a lot of your skill players are seniors, including your 3-year starter, Braden Whitaker, at quarterback. So while a good nucleus will be back, there are going to be some positions to fill.
Yeah, well, we try to put that mentality, every year, positions are always up. Just because you played last year, you got to still come out and earn it and prove it every day in practice. But there's no doubt we're going to miss Braden back there calling shots. But, again, there's all those seniors we're going to miss. All of them played a big role in what we were able to do last year. And, like I said, we just got to find new positions and new people to step up. And so far, so good. We're having a good winter workout schedule already and really start hitting it hard in January. But again, a lot of the underclassmen or those sophomores are going to be juniors now. And that's something we've been trying to steal in those juniors and seniors. We're looking for that leadership. So again, I'm really excited on where we're headed and where we can do. But, again, there is no doubt we're going to be a little bit of a different offense just because of you don't have Braden sit back there and throw it 60 yards. And we don't have any kid like that. So we'll be searching.
All righty. And everything pretty good on the lower levels, your junior high?
Oh, yeah.
And,
we got our real good 8th grade class this year going to be in freshmen. Really excited about what that class can do. They stick with it. And like I said, our youth league had all Springs Valley teams in the finals, 3rd through 6th. So, once again, I think everything's looking up. 7th grade, I think they were 500 this year, so very competitive. And like I said, that's what it takes. It takes each class having something to offer, and right now I think we're in that position here in all sports. Basketball team's going to have a great year, and I think baseball is going to have a really solid year as well. So again, it should be a lot of fun to watch Springs Valley Athletics around here.
I know I had a lot on. I think the fans did too.
Hey, appreciate it, guys.
All right.
Appreciate everything. Appreciate
Thanks
all the fans
and
all the parents and everything out there. So let's go Hawks. Let's get these Commodores.
All right. Only 8 months till August.
There we go. Countdown's on.
All right.
All right. Thanks, guys.
That is Mark Hammond, the head football coach for Springs Valley, joining us here at halftime. As Perry will get the ball as we start the third quarter. The Commodores in green with white letters, white numbers, and white trim, moving right to left. Valley playing defense here in their white uniforms with black letters, gold numbers, and gold trim. And losing the ball that time was Hubert. Here's Zach Carnes all the way down the lane. No good. Tapped up and in. No. Tucker was there and laying. Was it Tucker? It was Tao, I thought. Was it? Okay. Well, then we'll give Ryan the basket. He's got 14 in the contest, and Valley with a 6-point lead. Bishop steps in, wing jumpers, an air ball, and Christian Tucker the rebound. Outlet now to Jackson Land. So the Hawks get the first basket of the third quarter, 4-point lead. Whitaker into the lane, pulls up, jumper no good. Oh, nice job by Jackson Land to tip it away from Graves. Right to Braden Whitaker, lays it up and in. How's that for good teamwork?
Valley off to a good start. They needed it. Here's a
and a steal by Zach. He's on a break to the other end, lays it up. Oh, he missed it. My goodness. Oh, that would have given Valley an 8-point lead in the first 6 of the quarter. Here's a drive now by Honey. He throws it out now to Bishop, who rises up for a three. It's in and out, no good. And Braden Whitaker able to corral the rebound. Hawks again pushing it up to the floor. Now Zach Carnes will slow it down. We'll get to the halftime statistics. Jackson Land driving through, and they're going to call a blocking foul here on Luke Bishop. And wouldn't you know, Perry Central in the first minute 31 called for as many fouls as they had in the entire first half, which again absolutely makes no sense. Now Graves will go out, and Clay James, a 6'2" junior, back in there.
See if we can execute on the out of bounds here and get a bucket against the zone. A lot of holes in it.
Out top, Carnes slides off the screen, takes it to the wing, can't do anything with it. Hands off now to Tucker, left wing out beyond the arc. Baseline to Carnes, back to Christian Tucker, back to Carnes, left side. Now Braden in the corner, trying to shake and bake into the lane. Stops, little up and under move, and he left it short. Good try, but
got to elevate, get it up above the rim.
Right. Here comes Honey back the other way, hooks it to James. And thrown into the back court. That's going to go all the way out of bounds as Kiplinger made the bad pass. And yet another Perry Central turnover. And this is a situation where you got Perry back on all fours right now here. You got to take advantage.
Yeah, you got to. Oh, had a chance for a layup there if we could deliver the pass on the out of bounds. I feel like Perry's defense on the inbound situations is poor and vulnerable. We haven't taken advantage of it yet. But you called it, Mike. They've turned it over 12 times. They're off to a slow start, but we can't convert enough times in a row to really make them pay for it, at least as of yet.
Hawks swing it around. Land, free throw line to Whitaker. 15-footer. That is short. And Honey, the rebound. So twice now, Braden's left that little jumper short. Here's Mullis down to the corner. Cross courts it now to Kiplinger. Baseline to James for a 16-footer. That is short. And Ryan Tal able to corral the rebound. Valley with their starters in there as Tucker runs the floor down the lane. Throws it off the glass and in. What a move. Christian coast to coast. Getting it up over the bigs and dropping in his 5th point. Hawks with the first 6 of the quarter. They've got their biggest lead of the game now of 8.
I like it when Christian's aggressive. You know, he struggled shooting in the first half. Got to keep firing it up there. Keep taking the ball hard to the rim.
And Kiplinger stepping inside for a little 12-footer as the Hawks didn't follow. And Perry gets their first basket of the quarter. Valley's lead at 6. Cross-court pass to Tao. Ryan into the lane. Jump stop. Back to Whitaker. Braden for 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Don't have to tell Braden to keep firing.
You
bet. He got the kick pass from Tao that collapsed on him. And his feet set and he knocked home the triple. Valley needs to continue to do that. Biggest lead of the game, up 9.
His second 3. He's got 12. Into the lane. Mullis throws up the runner and got it. My goodness. Perry Central hitting some wild shots that they shouldn't be hitting right now. Oh, bad pass. Whitaker. Tao didn't try to catch the pass. He didn't think it was for him, and I think it was. So the Hawks lose it. They're still up 7. Fast-moving third quarter here. We're almost halfway through it.
Yeah, a lot of long possessions here with no whistle. Both teams played it pretty clean.
Here's Bishop out beyond the arc. Cross-courts it now to Mullis. In low to James. Down in low to Honey. Kicks it to Kiplinger. Round out of Bishop. He'll launch a 3. It looks good. And it is good.
That was a beautiful possession. They just tic-tac-toe the ball all the way around the perimeter. Got it inside. Got it out. Get it from the right to the left. Great offensive possession by Perry Central that converts it with the long 3. Now they switched back to this 1-2-2. This was the thing that really dried us up in that first half. Dried our sweat, I thought. Kept us from moving. I think it's the defense that's kept Perry Central in the game.
Oh, they post up Braden Whitaker. James gambled on the steal, lost as Braden took the pass and had a wide open layup. As Valley back up by 6. 14 now for Braden Whitaker. I know he was disappointed in his effort against Salem, and he is answering the bell strong here. Cross-court pass, Bishop fakes, drives it to the foul line, kicks it off to Mueller. Won't take the three, back to Bishop. Out beyond the arc. Down to the corner goes to Kiplinger.
There you go.
Throw it away. Christian Tucker on the steal. Stop and go move. Takes it right to the goal. Over Bishop and lays it up and in. What a stop and go move by Christian Tucker, and timeout called by Perry Central. Solid start to the third quarter here. Hawks led by as many as 9. They'll lead by 8 now, as Matt Carter needs to talk things over. 2:52 to go, third quarter on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. Hawks lead the Commodores 37-29. Back with more Springs Valley basketball in just a moment.
You need gadgets. For that one-stop shopping destination for routers, flash drives, cables, smartphones, TVs, and more, search no longer. Our technology-powered by Smithville store is conveniently located in downtown French Lick at 505 South Maple Street. If you prefer to shop online, browse our online store at smithville.tech. That's smithville.tech. Getting what you need is just a click away. That's smithville.tech.
Here's wishing a Merry Christmas to all you basketball fans from all of us at Valley Marathon, where 8 pieces of chicken is just $7.99 every day, including Sundays. Quality Marathon gas, and now we're cooking fried chicken daily. 2-liter bottles of Coke and Pepsi, only 99 cents this month at Valley Marathon in West Baden.
This is Springs Valley Senior Center, Ryan Tao, and you're listening to Blackhawks basketball on Q100.
Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch. 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink. All for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. Back to action now out of a Perry Central timeout. Hawks 13 points already in the period. They work it in low to Ryan Hubert, who throws it out long to Honey, and around now to Kiplinger. Drives it on Tucker. Throws it back out of the wing now to Honey, who drives in, throws up the little floater, no good, and, they're going to get Christian on the foul? Wow. No, they're going to put it on Jackson Land instead.
It was Land. He's trying to guard a bigger defender, and when Honey rose up there and took a tough right-handed floater, Jackson rose up with him to contest the shot and ended up hitting him on the arm. It was a good call. Jackson probably needs to just stay on the ground there, put his hands up in the air, and make Honey make a tough shot. Don't bail him out with a foul.
Free throw good by Honey. He's 2 for 2 now. That's his 11th point. Valley still has not shot a free throw in this game, and we got 2:32 to go. That one is short, and the rebound tapped away, picked up by Kiplinger, and he missed the putback. Hawks dodged a bullet there. Their lead is 7, 2:22 to go here in this third quarter. Cole Cooper in there now is, again, toward the end of the quarter, Michael Leachman giving his guys some rest. And another foul here on Perry Central. Their third of the game, and it's going to go on Ryan Hubert, his first, and the second now on Perry.
Otis Broughton right on top of it. Valley shooting 6-11 in this quarter. That's how they've been able to stretch the lead out just a bit. They do that after shooting just 11 of 27 in the first half.
Lob comes into Cole Cooper. Nice inbounds play as Cole made a cut to the basket. And layup to go. His first is the biggest lead of 9. Kiplinger in the lane. Turnaround jump hook. Good.
They have a size advantage on our smaller guards. They went to it. Kiplinger with a right-hand hook. Knocks it in.
Here's Cooper. Kicks it out to Carnes. Fakes the 3. Up top now to McElfresh. In low to Land. Little up and under move. With the left hand and got it to go. What a move by Trenton McElfresh. That was Trenton, right? No, it was
Jackson.
Yeah. I'm still getting those guys mixed up, I guess. I thought it was Jackson. All right. 41-32. They have different numbers, but they have the same build, so
they do.
Give me a break.
Hey, we're up here. We got to get some... Well, get you closer, I guess, so we can see what's going on. Valley again up 9, 41-32. Need to get a stop.
Honey off now to Graves. He traveled with a basketball. Yes, indeed.
That's the big difference in the game, really, Mike. 9-point game, 41-32. The difference mainly is turnovers. Perry Central with their now 14th turnover of the night. Valley has just 6. Those extra possessions have enabled Valley to offset the chance of Perry Central shooting so many threes. and offset the chance of having no free throw attempts.
They nearly had a 5-second count there on Honey, but then he got it to Graves, who walked quickly into the front court. Isaac Carnes tried to go in low, and it's tipped away by Bishop and out of bounds. So Hawks here with 1:09 to go in the third quarter. Kevin have a chance here with a bucket to take a double-digit lead.
And again, Perry's went man. Their defense very weak on these out-of-bounds situations, I think. I think the Hawks, who scored the last time, can score again if they just execute.
Out front, the pass goes to Zach Carnes. Free throw line to Whitaker. One dribble back to Zach. Well out beyond the arc.
Really didn't get anything out of that.
He drives, kicks it off now to Isaac Carnes. Cross-courts it to McElfresh. Free throw line to Whitaker, who drives down the lane, puts up the floater, hit the side of the backboard. Tried to draw the foul, didn't get it. Hubert back the other way. Steps across the 10-second line, but no 10-second count. Now in low to Graves, and he lost the handle and out of bounds. That was a bullet pass from Clay James, and Graves could not hang on to it as the giveaways continue to mount for the Commodores.
We can attack this full-court pressure. I don't think Perry has any chance, really, athletically, to stay with us in this full court. We need to attack it and score off of it.
Hawks break the pressure. Here is Carnes into the front court. Leaves it now for Whitaker. Half minute to go to the final shot, third quarter. They'll get the ball to start the fourth, and now that's what Michael Leachman, the second-year head coach for the Hawks, says to do. Here's Zach out front, clears it away to Cole Cooper, who flashes out deep on the wing. Now at the volleyball spiking line, Whitaker hands back to Zach. 12 seconds to go in the third, with Valley up by 9. A chance to go up double digits. 8 to go. Cooper between the circles with 5. Off to Whitaker, drives the baseline, waits in. Little fall away is no good. Rebounded Mewis, and that'll do it for the third quarter. Hawks with a 17-point third quarter. They hold Perry to 10, and they'll take a 9-point lead to the final quarter. On the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard, Hawks lead the Commodores 41-32. Back with the fourth quarter in a moment. It's Springs Valley High School basketball.
Caring people make the difference at Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick.
You can feel it the minute you walk into Springs Valley Meadows. We're the experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. We're here to help you and your family find answers, solutions, and peace of mind. In fact, we become an extension of your family. For more information about Springs Valley Meadows, Highway 145, French Lick, visit ascseniorcare.com.
Or call Springs Valley Meadows at 936-9991.
Here's wishing a Merry Christmas to all you basketball fans from all of us at Valley Marathon, where 8 pieces of chicken is just $7.99 every day, including Sundays. Quality Marathon gas, and now we're cooking fried chicken daily. 2-liter bottles of Coke and Pepsi, only 99 cents this month at Valley Marathon in West Baden.
This is Springs Valley Junior Guard Jackson Land. Hear every dribble, pass, and shot of Blackhawk basketball on the sports voice of the Valley, Q100.
With Kevin Terrell, Mike Hamilton back at the Hawks Nest in French Lick, where we head to the fourth quarter. And third period, the best for the Hawks. They score 17 in the period and outscore the Commodores by 7. With their 2-point halftime lead, they go to the fourth up by 9. They've got the ball as well, as now the Commodores trying some trapping pressure, and Michael Leachman is going to spend a timeout here as he sees what the Commodores are doing and wants to make sure his team is on the same page as he takes a timeout here, with Valley leading by 9 on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. For hand-breaded fish and chips, tenderloins that are second to none, homemade soups, and a large selection of craft beverages, all served up in a great atmosphere, come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick. For a variety of other menu items, even for the most discriminating appetites, and a tantalizing kids menu, come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick. You get the idea. For good food, all in a legendary atmosphere, it's 33 Brick Street, downtown French Lick. Leading scorers through 3 for Perry Central. Kane Honey has 11, but Kevin Valley held him to just a single point in that third quarter after 10 of the first half. For Valley, co-leading scorers right now, Braden Whitaker and Ryan Tao. They each have 14. All right, Hawks with the ball out of a timeout. Perry has gone to a man. High post Tao. Lobs it in low, intended for Whitaker, and it's knocked away by Graves. And then Braden as Graves tried to bring it back the other way, reaches in and commits the foul.
They tried to get the lob to Whitaker. I thought maybe he would fight over the top of that and kind of steal his man, but instead he tried to blast him up the lane, try to get the lob from Tao. Ryan didn't get low enough in the pass, didn't get enough on it. Ended up turning it over. It's the 7th Valley turnover of the night.
Mulis drives around Tucker, down to the corner. Bishop wide open three. Around it is no good. Mulis the rebound, fakes back up, and he missed it. Now it's James the rebound. It's no good. Ball tipped around, and the Commodores have it. Now it's tipped away, and Jack Carnes comes out of there with it. Ooh, the Commodores had 3 chances there and couldn't cash in. Big break for Valley. They still have a chance to go up by double figures here a minute into the final quarter. Tao hands off to Tucker to the baseline. Cut off. Oh, now he drives. Kicked it off to Land. Now Zach Carnes open for 3. Oh, it spins way down to the well and out. Oh, Ryan Tao got pushed to the floor by Hubert. No call. Here's Hubert back on the other end. And he lost it, and it's off his knee and out of bounds. Good call by Otis Broughton. He overruled the underneath official.
There's stuff you don't hear every day.
Yeah. The Hawks have hit a little bit of a dry spell here, Kevin. This is going to be their 4th possession to try to take this up to double figures.
Yeah, just got to get a good look and knock one down. I like Carnes' shot. I like it when Carnes and Tucker are aggressive from the perimeter because I think teams are going to give us those opportunities. You just got to hit them.
Jackson out of the corner of 3 by Tucker would not go. Rebound to Braden Whitaker. Passes up to 3, hands off to Whitaker, and he's bumped on his drive to the basket, and they'll get Clay James on this foul. That'll be his first, only the 3rd team foul. So the Hawks will play it in from the baseline right of their own basket. Still 41-32. Neither team has scored yet in the 4th quarter. Lamb looking, finally gets it in now to Tucker. He'll bring it out to the wing.
We got to do better on those baseline out of bounds against the man defense, especially a team I think is poor on defense on those situations is Perry. We're not getting good looks like we need to.
Here's Jackson Land out of the corner for 3 and couldn't get it to go. Whitaker fought for the rebound, couldn't get it. Here comes Perry. All of a sudden, Hawks cannot buy a basket. Here's Mulis. Kicked it off to James. He drives. He stops. He hooks it back out beyond the arc to Mulis. In low to Graves. Weak side to James, who drives in, and he's called for the offensive foul. What a job by Christian Tucker to stand there and take the charge. Huge play there, as Christian Tucker may have made the defensive play of the game.
Matt Carter can't believe it, but believe it he must, because it's an offensive foul. 17th turnover on Perry Central. And the Hawks once again with a chance to bust the lead in the double digits. We can finally convert on some sort of possession. We're going to run some good stuff here. We're trying to get a high-quality look.
And there's a foul on Ty Mulis out front, trying to strip the ball away from Zach Carnes. That'll be his first.
We've been three-point happy a little bit in this quarter. All 3 of our shot attempts have been from downtown. I think we need to be a little bit more patient, maybe get the ball off the dribble somewhere.
Ball comes into Ryan Tao, 5:38 to go. Hawks still by 9, so while Valley is struggling offensively, Kevin, they are keeping Perry off the board on the other end.
Yeah, well, season-long problem for Perry has been they've struggled to score.
Oh, what a hook pass. Now make Carnes to Tucker off to Whitaker, and he can't get the 3 to go. Outlet to a breaking James. Stolen away, though, by Jackson Land. Another solid defensive play made by the Hawks as Jackson came out of nowhere and stripped the ball away from James. Now Carnes off to Whitaker. 5:02 to go. Cross-court pass comes off to Tao. Left side, drives it down the lane. All the way in, scoops it up and in!
Little quick piece right there as Coach Leachman ran a little Butler action, got the ball to Tao on the right side. He took it all the way to the middle and laid it in. Ryan Tao having an outstanding offensive night.
He turns the corner, gets his 16th point, and the Hawks finally get their double-digit lead. It's 11. Now Graves, post up, had it knocked away and picked up by Braden Whitaker. Braden into the front court, off now to Jackson Land. Back to Braden, 4:28 to go. Here is Tao, drives it on James, leans in, puts it up, good, counted on a foul! Ryan Tao emerging as the hero again, as he takes James to the basket, and with him draped all over him, Ryan manages to get it up and in. And finally, Valley is going to shoot a free throw tonight. It took them nearly 28 minutes before they will shoot their first free throw. The foul on James is his third, the sixth on the team. 10-point lead if he hits, and he does.
You know, Tal drive to his right and give him some space. He's got good touch, long arms. He can cover a lot of ground. Teams need to force him to his left. Perry not doing that. They're paying the price now. That's a big-time night for Ryan Tal, offensively 19.
Only lost it, but picked up by Mullis off to James, who drives down, puts it up and in. But Kevin, Valley nearly went half the quarter before they allowed Perry Central to get their first basket of the contest. And now Matt Carter will take a full timeout here with 4:09 left. The score reads Valley 46, Perry Central 34. On the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard, we'll continue with more Blackhawks basketball right after this.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
This is Springs Valley senior forward Isaac Carnes. Thanks for listening to Blackhawk Basketball right here on Q100.
Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. And always a special thanks to our good friends at Chicago's for providing the Q100 staff with another Chicago's Pizza.
Remember, they also provided you with one. I don't know that I got any Chicago's pizza, but I did enjoy the hospitality and that taco salad that I devoured numerous times.
Oh, what a job. The Hawks break full court pressure. Zach Carnes getting it across the 10-second line, setting up a 3-on-1 and a no-look pass up to Trent McElfresh for his first basket, and Valley back up now by 14, 3:48 to go. Almost a steal by Cooper, picked up by James. He leans in, puts up the shot, no good. And Ryan Tao, he did a pretty good job of going a quarter and a half before he picks up his fourth personal foul. I think Coach Leachman will spell him here as Clay James will go to the free throw line. That basket by McElfresh is first of the ball game as Clay James drops that one in. Well, this Perry Central looks better than a 1-4 team. We were talking about that, Kevin. They're big, they're kind of long, and looks like they've got quickness out there, so it's kind of surprising they've only won one game thus far.
Yeah, they've struggled to score at times, and they had a drought in this game, which is going to end up costing them, if everything goes according to Hoyle here for us, taking care of the ball. And then they turn it over a lot. They've turned it over 19 times. That's been a season-long bugaboo, according to Coach Carter as well. He said he had a couple games that they've taken care of the ball pretty well. They've been close in those, but turning the ball over, not being careful with it, will beat you a lot. And it's going to beat Perry Central tonight if everything holds true to form here this last 3.5 minutes.
There goes Jackson laying down the lane, scuffs it up and in. Perry Central starting to gamble defensively, and Jackson took it right to the hole. He's got his fourth point of the ball game.
How about that? 3-ball by Hubert again. He loves that wing shot. We didn't get out on him. Tried to switch defenses in midstream there. We didn't talk, didn't communicate, and Hubert knocks down the wing three.
That's his 9th point of the ball game, and that's the other thing. The Commodores, in transition, get the ball up the floor quickly.
Well, they take advantage of us trying to switch defenses. We had been in man. Coach Leachman tried to go 2-3 zone. It's tough to do that on the fly. They took advantage of it, and Hubert knocked down the long-distance bomb.
That makes it 50-39 on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. Hawks with the 11-point lead. For certified Angus beef steak, served up the way you want in a great atmosphere, come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick with a heated screened-in patio to make you feel like you're outside. Come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick. You get the idea for good food, all on a legendary atmosphere. It's 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick, which is where the Q100 Christmas party will be in a couple of days.
Well, you know, I've not been invited to that, so I guess I didn't know that, but that's good to know. There's going to be a 33 brick.
Making hints. Oh, they're going to call Cole Cooper for a traveling violation of the backcourt, an unforced turnover there.
I will be gone out of town anyway, so I could not have made the Christmas party, but it's nice to know that you at least mentioned it on the air to brag to the fact that you'll have a big giant steak while I will have a hot dog at a concession stand.
Yeah, okay. Well, you know, that's just privilege, I guess. Oh, Clay James lost the handle. He was posting up and couldn't hang on to the ball. Picked up on McElfresh. There goes Whitaker down the lane. Shot it too hard. Rebound to Honey. Back the other way come the Commodores. 3-on-2. Honey all the way down the lane, and Christian Tucker tried to set up for the charge, and Honey able to change direction just at the last second, and they're going to get Christian, I think, on the foul. That's a good call. It wasn't the chest-to-chest contact that you need. So
a little bit on the ground somehow. I'm not sure how, but nevertheless, Perry Central will not shoot free throws. They will instead have to take it out of bounds against a 2-3 defensive alignment for Valley. If he wasn't shooting it, I'm not sure what they think he was going to do. But nevertheless, we'll take it.
Quinn Buckner always says ground. It's a four to me. I don't know. We're not like out on a football or baseball field. There's an air ball by Honey out of the left corner. So he has really struggled after scoring 10 first-half points. He's been held to one free throw. And there's a trap on Zach Carnes. He had his pass tipped. And Perry will get the ball, and they'll also get the ball as the arrow is pointing their way.
Anticipate teams trying to do that to Valley more often. Carnes checking in at a listed 5'9". Tucker the same way. So small guards, one of our potential weaknesses. Surprised a little bit that teams haven't trapped us a bit more often like that. Valley's 9th turnover of the night.
Hawks still lead by 11, 2:22 remaining, so they've got a little bit of a cushion. There's a lob in low to James underneath to Honey. A little jump hook over McElfresh is good right in front of the rim. That's 13 now for Kane Honey. Now he's still up by 9, 50-41, and there's a quick foul in the backcourt on Perry, and I think they got Mullis on this personal foul. That would be his second, but it's also the 17th foul. So Hawks have shot just one free throw all night long. That was Ryan Tao to complete a three-point play, and now they can pretty much put this one on ice if they can drop in their foul shots. As Christian Tucker, 7 points on the night, will be up there to shoot shoot the 1-and-1 rather, and the first one is up, and it is good. Boy, after that atrocious 6 for 12 against Orleans, or 6 of 14 against Orleans, Hawks have really done well their last 4 games at the line. And Christian buries that one as well. He has got 9. The Hawks lead by 11 now as we come up on 2 minutes remaining on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. Mullis, right wing, cross-courts it to Bishop. He drives it to the foul line, pulls up for a 12-footer off the back of the rim. James the rebound for Perry, back up, almost got it to go. He could not, but he will be shooting 2, as the last thing you want to do here is foul, and they're going to nail Jackson Land for hitting the hand of Clay James, who will shoot 2 out of the timeout. It comes with 1:56 to go, fourth quarter. Hawks that far away from their 5th win of the year and their 3rd in conference play. On the Fast Eddie scoreboard, they lead Perry Central 52-41. Back with more Blackhawk Hoops in just a moment.
Hello, my name is Ross Key. I speak farming and represent Springs Valley Bank and Trust, a true community bank committed to agriculture. As an ag specialist, I am committed to working with our customers and supporting the economic strength of our agricultural community. I look forward to building new and lasting relationships with farmers, businesses, and the people in the communities in which we live and work. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
Before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley High School Basketball.
Your home of IU and high school sports in the Valley. WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
And we want to make sure, as we always do, give a shout-out to our special friend and Springs Valley's #1 fan, Denny Weichert, sitting across the way. And He gives us a big wave as well. Happy to Zach Carnes, who's had a solid game again tonight, as the Hawks less than 2 minutes away from going 5-1. Clay James will shoot 2 free throws here, first of which is short. He scored 4 off the bench.
Going to make sure you rebound a defensive rebound on a missed free throw here. A lot of teams struggle with that.
And James missed them both, so the lead stays at 11 for the Hawks. They really took control of this game in the third quarter, outscoring the Commodores 17-10 after leading by only 2 at halftime. Tucker out front, drawing the double team, splits it, takes it down the lane, and draws the foul.
I like it. Christian, knowing he's shooting free throws well, made sure he contained the ball right there, possessed it the entire way, got himself fouled, and he'll go up there and try to convert the one and bonus.
Honey, his second foul, so Christian Tucker at the line to shoot. A 1 and bonus. Boy, will we have a big day of basketball coming your way tomorrow. We'll start with the Valley and Orleans girls at 1:30 up at the Doghouse. Join in progress IU and Notre Dame, and then be back with you tomorrow night as the Lagodi Lions come a-calling. Free throw good by Christian Tucker. He becomes the 3rd Valley player in double figures. He's got 10. Second free throw, perfect. And Kevin, the Hawks 5 for 5 at the free throw line. They haven't shot a lot, but when they have, they've made the most of it.
That's how you saw games away. When you hit winning time, you start knocking down free throws and give the other team no hope and no chance to come back on you. Valley's done that tonight.
All right, timeout called here by Michael Leitsman, a full timeout, but we'll keep it right here. Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lake for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30, Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drinks for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lake.
Mike, I'm excited about that Lagodi game tomorrow night. Lagodi has been very up and down. They took over their second loss in school history, I'm told, against Shoals last week, and then they bounced back with a huge win over a very good South Oxball club, so they're all over the place. Valley would love to get off to a 6-1 start, something they have not done, I think, in over 30 years.
Well, Hawks have struggled. They probably have the biggest losing record of all the opponents they play on a regular basis to the Lagodi Lions.
Yeah, of course, Lagodi just absolutely stacked for years when Coach Jack Butcher was on the sidelines. They play this quite often. Of course, back then they transitioned finally after almost a half century of basketball with Coach Butcher to Steve Brett, then to Mike Wagner, and now they're on the Kid Cheatham area. They're a little bit restless down there, the natives are, but the Lions still have a lot of talent, and they'll come in here pumped and ready to go. Valley, though, with a chance to get a big win against them if they can pull it off.
Trent McElfresh with a block on Ty Mullis as he tried to penetrate and shoot the short 5-footer. Hawks lead by 13 as they'll try to take some more time off the clock. We're down to just 1 minute and 10 seconds to go.
Perry, looks like they're not going to foul us. They're going to play it straight up, so barring an unforeseen collapse, Valley's going to get out of here with another win.
Tucker out near the 10-second line, dribbles around Mullis, kicks it down to the corner to McElfresh. And Trenton drives all the way to the goal as he got around his man and puts it up and in. He's got his 4th point. And Valley is about to pick up their 5th win. They'll stay undefeated in the conference. Good beat down low to a cutting Ryan Hubert, who's had a big night. He's got 11 in the contest, but 56-43, Hawks still with the lead, 30 seconds to go, and there's McElfresh again, this time blocked away by Honey, picked up by Hubert. He roars it back the other way, and a good job by Christian Tucker to bat it away off the knee of Honey and out of bounds, and the Hawks will get the basketball.
21st turnover of the night is the story of the day for the Commodores from Leopold. That's going to give Coach Carter a serious case of heartburn when he watches this film.
Here is Tucker getting it across the 10-second line, trying to dribble out the final few seconds, but instead we will have a personal foul called, and this one will go on Mullis. That'll be his 3rd. It's the 19th foul, and Christian Tucker back up there with his third straight 1 and bonus.
Gonna see some subs for Springs Valley, get a few kids a little bonus time and get some ovations for some of the kids on the floor.
Cole Cooper and Isaac Carnes back in. Braden Whitaker out. Great effort for Braden. 14 points. And the free throw good by Christian Tucker, as he's got his 12th point of the ball game.
That's just what you point guard is supposed to do. Tucker 5 for 5 from the line this quarter. Ending all down. 6 for 6 now as he drains that one from 15 feet away, and it's a nice, solid second half for Valley.
Thanks for not jinxing him. Here out of the corner, short with the three is Bishop. He thought he got fouled, no call. Hawks come away with it, and they'll just dribble out the last couple of seconds of this ball game, and for the first time in 24 years, the Hawks are 5-1 on the young season. So they come second half showing as they outscore Perry in the final two quarters, 34-21 to win this one, going away by 15. So Valley now 5-1 for the first time since the 93-94 season. They stay unbeaten in the conference now at 3-0, sending Perry down to their fifth defeat in their last 6 games. Commodores have now lost 4 straight, and they now are 0-2 in PLAC play. So we'll see if the Hawks can take 2 out of 3 when Lagodi comes in tomorrow night. It'll be a tough affair, but if the Hawks play like they did tonight, they will have a good shot. For hand-breaded fish and chips, tenderloins that are second to none, homemade soup, and a large selection of craft beverages, all served up in a great atmosphere, come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick. For a variety of other menu items, even for the most discriminating appetites and a tantalizing kids menu, come to 33 Brick Street in French Lick. You get the idea. For good food, all in a legendary atmosphere, it's 33 Brick Street, downtown French Lick. We'll be back to recap this one in a moment. The final score here this evening on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. The Springs Valley Blackhawks 58, the Perry Central Commodores 43. You're listening to Springs Valley High School basketball.
Hello, my name is Ross Key. I speak farming and represent Springs Valley Bank and Trust, a true community bank committed to agriculture. As an ag specialist, I am committed to working with our customers and supporting the economic strength of our agricultural community. I look forward to building new and lasting relationships with farmers, businesses, and the people in the communities in which we live and work. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
When it comes to shopping local, most of us think of small, friendly mom-and-pop shops with their quality products and commitment to their community. You may not think of Smithville as a local company, but it is. An Indiana company built by Hoosiers for Hoosiers. Nationally recognized for outstanding fiber internet, TV, voice, and security, as well as incredible customer service provided by your fellow Hoosiers. Go local. Visit switchtosmithville.com for the fastest internet and more. You'll be in good hands.
A message from Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
Here's wishing a Merry Christmas to all you basketball fans from all of us at Valley Marathon, where 8 pieces of chicken is just $7.99 every day, including Sundays. Quality Marathon gas, and now we're cooking fried chicken daily. 2-liter bottles of Coke and Pepsi, only 99 cents this month at Valley Marathon in West Baden.
This is Springs Valley Junior Guard Cole Cooper, and you're listening to Blackhawk Basketball on Q100.
We welcome you back to the Hawks Nest in French Lick, where Springs Valley has just put the finishing touches on a solid 58-43 victory over the Perry Central Commodores, running their record of 5-1 on the young season. More importantly, keeping them unbeaten in PLAC play, and that will set up a big showdown here on January 5th. That'll be the Hawks' next conference game. They'll then have the next weekend will play West Washington, and then the final PLAC game may be for all the marbles against the Paoli Rams. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here tonight. The Hawks were good, but Perry Central was good themselves in that first half of play. They hit some key shots down the stretch. Valley didn't fully take advantage of some of the Perry miscues, hence Valley led by only 2 at halftime. But they came out smoking in that third quarter of play. In fact, they outscored Perry Central in the first 2.5 minutes, 9-2, to run their biggest lead at that point to 9, and would help them to a 9-point lead there at the end of the third quarter. Then it seemed like the Hawks went 5 or 6 possessions where they had a chance, Kevin, to take a double-figure lead. They finally ended up doing, but only because they were making tremendous plays on the defensive end.
Yeah, Perry had a dry spell there. Valley went 2-3 zone for a little bit, and that kind of messed up the timing and rhythm of Perry Central's offense. They had been relying a lot on the jump shot, so I think it's one of their team weaknesses, too. They don't go inside enough. I don't think Perry does. And I think they could have went inside more tonight than they did, but they kind of live and die with the jumper. They made some early that kept him in the game. They had a stretch of play later where they did not make shots from the perimeter. They didn't really attack the ball at the dribble much. They didn't get to the line a whole lot either, and they didn't really try to score on the block. So you live by the jumper, you die by the jumper. Perry lived with it for a while. When they really had a chance to get back in the game, as our offense dried up, too, a bit, they couldn't convert. Valley's defense able to withstand the onslaught of Perry Central, and then eventually we're able to spread it out, get fouled, make free throws, take care of the ball, and do what winning teams do, which is make winning plays at the end of the game to give the other team no chance to win. I thought our guard play, especially in the fourth quarter, was really solid. Tucker made all these free throws. That's how you win games.
So again, Valley improves to 5-1 on the year. They're now 3-1 here at home as we bring in head coach Michael Leitzman. And coach, first of all, congratulations on the victory. Perry was able to hang with you there for a half, but then you kind of exploded there to start that third quarter. Were there any key adjustments you made there at halftime to kind of get you out and going there to start that third?
We just want to be a little bit more aggressive on defense. I felt like in the first half we were very fortunate to have the lead. Thought Perry Central got a lot of good looks, and they're a good three-point shooting team. So we got lucky they missed a couple of those good looks. So the second half we really wanted to get out in the passing lanes. We went to a little trap half-court defense to get our guys flying around a little bit. I thought we did a pretty good job out of it. I thought we got a lot of looks in transition because of it. And we missed a couple opportunities finishing on the play, but I thought we flew around and made some effort plays. But, yeah, that was the adjustment. We just wanted to get our guys flying around more, try to speed them up a little bit, and get out and score in transition some.
And I thought the other stretch that was important, Perry went nearly half the fourth quarter before they got their first basket. You guys seemed to struggle a little bit on the offensive end, but they couldn't close the gap because you were making some big plays down on the defensive end.
Yeah, and, we talk all the time about how crucial, how important those first 3 or 4 minutes of that second half is to start the third quarter. And I thought we came out and had really good intensity on defense. We took pride in getting stops. We'll get better on the offensive end. We're gonna be fine down there, especially if we keep playing defense how we're playing. We're gonna get opportunities on the other end. We'll be all right.
Well, defense gives you a chance to be in every game, and when the shots come and go, if your defense is solid, you know, you can stay in the game. And so far, at least this season, it's been that way. You played a mixture of defensive. Tonight, I thought your 2-3 zone was your best look. I thought your kids being able to kind of face them and kind of see where things were going, kind of give them an idea and predict a little bit about what they were going, got in the passing lanes, turn them over. They ended up unofficially with 21 turnovers. That really ends up being the key of the game. They were 21 to your 9.
Yeah, that's the first time this year, too, where we've actually been able to turn people over. We wanted to come out and press a little bit that second quarter, and they're such a good shooting team. Our press didn't look too bad, but we just weren't matched up on shooters very well after we got beat on the press that second quarter. So we wanted to try to turn them over in the half court. So we went to that trapping defense. Our 2-3 did help a lot. It kind of Perry does a good job of cutting, so it kind of made them a little bit more stagnant on the offensive end, and they were very content with skipping the ball over to 24. So we kind of caught onto that, and our kids flew out on the flare pass, and I thought that helped a lot. But yeah, you're right. Anytime you play defense with effort and pride and can get stops, you're going to stay in the game. And also, when you rebound and take care of the basketball, you're going to give yourself a chance to win any game on your schedule. So we're doing a great job taking care of the basketball. I think we're rebounding really well for 3.5 quarters. It's just that last couple minutes of the fourth quarter, against Salem, we gave up a couple offensive rebounds that were crucial points in the game. And then tonight, Perry Central got a couple offensive rebounds at the end to kind of keep them in striking distance.
I thought their inability, and you mentioned that I thought they did a great job of skipping the ball from side to side. I loved how they make the overhead pass, but they weren't able to drive you off a closeout, partially because I thought you guys did a good job of chopping your feet, getting your hands up. Although I think you'll see in the first half you didn't always get your hands all the way up there, but you didn't get driven off the bad closeout, so that's good. Also shows a weakness for them a little bit, an ability to catch and go. But that ability to close out on people on the skip enabled you to stay in the zone, which kind of made the game go the way you wanted.
Right, and we work on closeouts a lot. And for the most part, we have good closeouts. We don't do a great job of getting our hands out, but I think that's a lot of kids. I mean, they don't understand the importance of getting their arms out and being long.
Yeah, either that or they get them late.
Yeah. So I thought we had good rotation. We flew around in defense, and defensive, I'm pretty happy. We got to touch some things up on offense, but we'll keep getting better on that end as well.
How do you think the new system of offense that you're going with, the new offensive style, half court wise, you even ran it against their zone some. Yeah. Which was interesting. I thought I could see the kids kind of trying to map it out, figure it out as they go. You still see there's some hesitancy there, some thinking on the going on. But how do you feel that new implementation? I know it's new for you.
Yeah.
How do you feel that's going so far early in the year? Obviously, you're 5-1. The results speak for themselves, but still, there's a lot of meat on the bone out there, isn't there?
It's going to get better and better. This summer, by the end of the summer, we were running it really well, and then we have 3 or 4 months off, so we're kind of trying to pick up where we left off. But that's not possible when you have that bit of time off away from each other. And, during the season, in the summer, we kind of really worked on the offense. During the season right now, you've got so many other things you got to work on, too, so we haven't been spending as much time on it. We try to do it against their zone some because we wanted to get some post ISOs down there with our cutters. And we wanted them to chase out to the corner and get a post ISO in the middle guy. And at times it was open, at times it wasn't. But the good thing about that offense is it keeps us moving. The worst thing you can do when the team goes zone is stay stagnant.
Right, because I thought you guys did dry up a little bit, but they went 1-2-2 on you a little bit, or 3-2, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that was a moment in the game where you guys did kind of get a little, stand still. I mentioned on the air, I think I said they're drying your sweat a little bit.
Yeah, when they went that 1-2-2, we wanted to attack the short corner and high post, so we kind of became stagnant looking in at those guys. But the second half, we ended up going back to that offense. The whole second half, for most of the second half, actually. But it's going good. It's going to get better. And really, that fourth quarter, you don't really want to jack up threes when you got a 10-point lead, but they were making great passes across the court, and we got 4 or 5 really good looks. And really good
I actually wanted you to shoot more threes, and then I look at the numbers and go, well, maybe not, because you're shooting the ball really well from the interior. Ryan Towle was on fire.
Ryan Towle's been awesome this year.
And
great.
And he adds to his game because he used to be just kind of a jump shooter only, and now you get tonight he gets 2 strong right-hand drives, gets all the way to the rim, scores against contact, something he couldn't do 6 months ago.
Right. Yeah,
so that's got to be really, really feel good for him and feel good for you guys in your development system, improving guys along.
Yeah, and the good thing right now about our offense is we got 5 guys attacking, 5 guys looking to score, and when you are doing that offensively, it makes the defense keep the defense on their heels.
Well, and I think the development, I haven't been on the air for a while, so I'm just going to talk all night long. I just sit there, but so many guys, I think, so many coaches, they worry so much about the plays that they don't worry about the players. And I feel like you are not falling into that trap because your guys are developing and improving and getting better. One of my mentors told me a long time ago, every problem in basketball coaching can be solved if your players are better.
Yeah.
Well, if you go about it that way and think, okay, I'm going to make my players better, then all of a sudden things can do. And I think that's Ryan Towers' big moment of that. He can do things now that he didn't used to be able to do. That's a credit to you guys' developmental system and how you've managed to do it.
Yeah, and that's credit to him, too. He works a lot on his own, and that goes a long way, too, because you only have these kids for so much. So whenever you have a kid like Ryan Towers willing to put in time on his own, you're going to see these results like he's doing. But we do take pride in that, and the good thing about this team, too, is when I ask them to do something or I show them something, they make an effort and an emphasis to try it. We worked on attacking the 2-3 zone this week in practice by jump stopping through the gaps. And you saw Mac got called for a travel because he won 2 steps instead of playing on 2 feet, but he tried it. And then Braden and Jackson were trying it down here. So that's good to see that. We just work on that this week in practice, and then you see them in the games trying it. So that's important, too, to have kids like that we have that are coachable and willing to listen and do their best. And that's what we've got here.
Man, have we got some history for you. The crack research staff here at WFLQ, meaning me and Mike in the commercial breaks, I've got all sorts of neat numbers to tell you. You may or may not know, but Mike, hit him with them because these are cool.
I want to throw one other thing in, Coach, and that's the free throws. I think since you went 6 or 14 at the line against Orleans, I think that's kind of woken up the kids a little bit. 7 for 7 tonight. Even though you did not shoot, you almost went 28 minutes before you guys shot a free throw tonight, but when you did, you got them to go and made sure that there would be no Perry comeback.
Well, the good thing is we're making free throws. The bad thing is we're only shooting 5 or 7 a game right now. We've got to get to the free throw line more. Late in that game, we did a good job, or really the whole second half, we did a good job attacking downhill, and we at least got blocking fouls picked up a little bit here and there. But we do have to get to the free throw line more. We can't. We shoot a lot of threes right now in this offense, but if we don't balance those 3-point shots with layups and free throws, we're not going to look very good at times. So we've got to keep making our free throws, but let's get to the free throw line more.
All right, Coach, the last time a Valley team started the season 5-1, 24 years ago, the 93-94 season, and now as you come back tomorrow night against Lagodi, you have an opportunity to do something that has not been done in 45 years, and that is start the season out 6-1. Now, you're not going to be able to beat that 72-73 team because they won their first 11 games of the year, but again, that is just showing how far this program
They had a pretty good player, if I recall.
Yeah, the junior year of some player that I can't recall now, Barry or Harry or...
Might have been maybe Larry.
Larry, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But at any rate, Coach, I think that says a lot about these kids. And, I thought last season was very special as well. And you've got the makings of another good one brewing here this year.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And, it's nice to be 5-1, but, our kids, and we're all focused on the next game. Lagodi's not going to be an easy test for, or it's going to be a good test for us. It's not going to be an easy win for us by any means. They just had a really nice win against Lagodi, or against South Knox Tuesday night, and they can really shoot the basketball, and they're really fundamental, like they always are. So we're going to play good tomorrow, but I got confidence in these kids. If we continue doing what we're doing, we're going to have a good chance of winning every game that we play this year. One thing I want these kids to start embracing is winning. Like you guys just said the numbers, none of these wins are guaranteed. We go in the locker room, sometimes coaches don't even know if we won or lost. If I look at their face, they're all just sitting there, which is good and bad. It's good because they know they can be better and they know they can play better, but it's bad because enjoy these wins because, no win is guaranteed when you play basketball, so enjoy it. So I made sure they got up and clapped and smiled a little bit.
Maybe time to put a little music in there, get the karaoke going, get somebody who can dance a little bit. I don't know, I'm looking up behind here.
They think they're dancers. That's why Jackson Land's up here right now. He had a really good game tonight, rebounded the ball awesome. He was mad I took him out in the second quarter. He asked the coach what he could do to get more playing time, and they said just go in there and dominate something. And he went in there and dominated the backboards. He did a great job, so he played good, but he's also talking because he wasn't smiling big enough after we got a win tonight. So he doesn't like talking on the radio. So we're going to punish him by making him talk on the radio because he needs to smile more. He's having a good year, and he needs to enjoy it more.
All righty. Coach, last thing before we get him on. Third game of the week coming up tomorrow. How do you feel the kids are holding up with the legs?
We'll be all right. I think adrenaline will kick in. Last year at this time, we just lost. We got embarrassed by Salem, and we lost a tough game to Perry Central. So I think last year we looked really bad against Lagodi, but I think it was because we were mentally out of it because we struggled all week, and it was tiring physically.
This week, it's still tiring physically because it's been 2 tough games, but I think the confidence of winning the game and playing, we didn't really play good Tuesday, but we were right there, with the chance to win Tuesday, so it's a little bit different than last year's Tuesday game. So I think with the adrenaline and the positive experiment, with the positive that's going on this week, I think we'll come out ready to play tomorrow.
All right, looking forward to it. Coach, thanks for the visit, and we'll talk to you again in about 21 hours or so from now, maybe 22. We'll see.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, guys.
All righty. Michael Leachman, the head coach of the Springs Valley Blackhawks, joining us after the contest as Valley thumps Perry tonight 58-43 on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. Let's bring in one of the guys that had a big hand in the win tonight, and that is junior forward Jackson Land. 4 points tonight. How many rebounds, Kevin?
Beats me because I couldn't keep the individual.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We were short statistician, but
I feel like he got 9. Let's give it to him. 9 sound good?
That's a good.
Let's go with 9.
All right. Big win tonight, Jackson. Certainly keeping the conference record unbeaten. You'll play Crawford here after Christmas, so that's still a few games down the road before you have to worry about that. But talk about the start of the third quarter. Boy, you guys really came out. Was that a concerted effort? Did Coach say anything to you as far as making any adjustments at halftime?
Yeah, we knew we had to come out strong and not let them back in the game, and I thought we did a pretty good job of that.
Well, it seemed like they made big shots. You were able to turn them over quite a bit tonight, but it really wasn't until the second half that you were able to take advantage of those turnovers.
Yeah, we realized we can get in the passing lanes and create some turnovers, and they didn't like ball pressure that much, so that's what we tried to do.
So fun because this team can score in so many different ways. We've seen you win with the three-pointer. We've seen you guys post up. We see Ryan hit those mid-range jumpers. Braden can score from about anywhere on the floor. So talk a little bit about how much fun that is. I'm leaving yourself out as well. You can put the ball in the hole when necessary, but just talk about what this team can do offensively.
I think our offense is really clicking right now, and if we just keep sharing the ball, we're just going to keep improving.
Coach thinks you can get to the line a little bit more. You only shot 5 free throws against Salem Tuesday night and only 7 tonight. Is that just something that you guys need to be a little more aggressive?
Yeah, we need to attack the basket a little more and not shy away from contact.
Got to figure out a way to beat Lagodi tomorrow night. That's been a thing that's been struggling, for the last 70 years here at French Lick, as Lagodi has had basically dominant numbers against us for, 7 decades. They're going back to Coach Butcher's heyday and all the way up, through the recent times. Got to figure out a way to beat the Lions tomorrow night. One of you would know about them so far, and what are your thoughts on Lagodi coming in here tomorrow night?
We haven't really talked about them too much, but I know they have a couple good guards, and they have a freshman, I think, that's pretty good.
They'll be up and down. I'm sure Coach will show you the South Knox tape a little bit. When you guys look at them tomorrow, they beat a really good South Knox team this week. They also lost to Shoals for the second time in school history. That score kind of reverberated all the way around. But, how do you feel about how your defense is coming along? Not just you individually, but your team. You guys are trying a lot of different things. You got caught on a three-pointer tonight. I don't know if it was you or not. I can't remember. But Coach Leitsman switched in the middle of a possession. They came down, nailed a three right there on you. It was Hubert who hit a left wing three on there. All the different changing of defense is different than how I did it back in the day. We stayed in one thing pretty much all the time. You guys, though, having to adjust, playing 3-4 different types of defenses per night. How is that for you? How do you deal with that kind of changing of the things, having to prepare 4 different ways for teams?
Well, we practice a lot in practice, so we're pretty used to it, but we just have to hustle back on defense. That's the main thing.
Do you ever look over and go, would you just stick with something?
Yeah,
do you ever think that?
Sometimes.
Come on!
All right. Jackson, obviously this had to be a big game, not just because it was a conference game, but coming off your first loss of the year. I know last year over at Salem you guys got thumped pretty badly, and that kind of set the tone, and then you had a close loss last year down at Perry, and then Lagodi kind of handled you. So was this important to come out and make a statement coming off your first loss?
Yeah, we knew that tough teams always bounce back, and that's what we tried to do tonight, and we got it done.
All right. I'll tell you what, you guys are a lot of fun out there to watch. Boy, the crowd was in it again tonight, wasn't it? And you guys want to take advantage. We've got this nice stretch of home games here, playing in front of the home crowd, and I know you guys want to do as well as you can on that.
Yep.
All righty. Well, congratulations. Great win tonight. Let's turn around and do it all again tomorrow night. What do you say?
We will.
All righty. That is Jackson Land, the junior forward, 4 points tonight and a slew of rebounds as he helps his team to a solid 58 victory tonight over Perry Central. Let's take a look at the scoring of the game for the Commodores. They're now 1-5 on the year, 1-3 away from home, and they are now 0-2 in the conference. They put 2 players in double figures. Kane Honey, averaging just 4 a game, goes for 13. He had 10 in the first half. He was almost solely responsible for keeping the Commodores close as they trailed by only 2 at halftime. And then off the bench, Ryan Hubert scored 11. That was about double his average. He had 3 3-pointers in the contest. But one thing the Hawks did do, and that was limit their leading scorer, Luke Bishop, to just 6 points tonight, half of his average. And Cage Kiplinger, another big gun for the Commodores. They kept him in check, holding him to just 4. Off the bench, Clay James had 4 as well. Ty Mullis with 3, and Andy Graves had 2. Only Garrett James, that got in the game briefly for Perry, did not score in the contest. For the Hawks, now 5-1 on the year, 3-0 in the Patoka Lake Athletic Conference. They improved their home record to 3-1. They now stand 9-12 against the Commodores all time, and this was the 41st meeting, by the way, between these two schools. And Perry has the advantage in that in the series now at 25-16. 3 double-figure scores tonight, led by Ryan Tao, and he kept the Hawks going, especially in that first half. 12 of those 19 coming before the break on 6 field goals, and he added 7 more in the second half to finish with a game-high 19. Braden Whitaker, another solid effort tonight. He had 14. 2 of his 6 baskets tonight came from beyond the arc. And Christian Tucker, again, delivering another solid performance. He had 13, 1 of his 3 baskets, a triple, and he was a perfect 6 for 6 from the line in the final quarter to keep Perry Central at bay. Balance after that, Jackson Land, 2 field goals for 4. Trenton McElfresh, a couple of buckets. He had 4 as well. Zach Carnes, his second quarter field goal, and Cole Cooper got into the act as well as he hit a third quarter field goal. Only Isaac Carnes, that got into the game for the Hawks, did not score in the contest this evening. So 19 from Ryan Tao, 14 out of Braden Whitaker, and 13 from Christian Tucker. Valley led 16-10 after 1. By 2 at halftime, 24-22. They moved ahead by 9, 41-32 going into the fourth quarter. And they score 17 like they did in the third quarter and hold the Commodores scoreless for nearly half the final quarter in building leads as high as 15 before, or 16, I should say, before settling on the 15-point victory. So a good win tonight for this Springs Valley squad, but they'll have little time to think about it as they will have to come right back again tomorrow night. Kevin, look at the final numbers.
All right, for Perry Central, 3-point range, 10 out of 26, 38.5%. It seemed like they were shooting better than that, and that's because they made 6 out of 14 from downtown. They had a stretch there where they were just bombing 3-pointers in. Overall, they make 6, 42.9 for 6, 16 out of 40 total. 40% right on the nose shooting for the Commodores. From the line, they shoot 5 out of 9, 55%. Rebounds were even, according to my rough stats, 28 all. 7 of the Perry Central 28 rebounds were on the offensive end. The big story of the game, I felt, Perry Central inability to take care of the ball. They turn it over 21 times. That enabled Springs Valley to get, unofficially, 13 more shots at it. Valley shoots 21 for 36 from 2-point range. So when they got the ball into the interior, they shot it well, 58.3%. Many of those were by Ryan Tao, who shot a very high percentage tonight. Valley continues to struggle a little bit from the 3-point line. 3 out of 17 is what they shot tonight, 17.6%. Most of those I thought were open looks. Just didn't knock them in. 24 of 53 total, that's 45.3%. Perfect from the line, as you mentioned, 7 for 7. Can't do any better than that. Just got to get a few more attempts at it. As I mentioned, we were even on the boards, 28 all. 12 of our 28 rebounds were on the offensive end. And Valley took care of the ball like a winning program does. They turn it over just 9 times. Add all that up, and it's a nice 15-point win for Valley. I've got some other scores of note. B&L went to Madison tonight. They beat the Cubs 62-39. 2 winless teams played, Scottsburg and Corydon. They were both 0-5. Scottsburg gets off the schneid. They beat the Panthers 50-45. Bar Reeve, who we will no doubt see at some point, or generally do, they beat Eastern Green 69-57. No score yet, Medora and Orleans, or North Davies and Wood Memorial.
Hey, by the way, on that Medora-Orleans Orleans win gives Tom Bradley his 300th career coaching win.
And one he needs bad. We're assuming he will beat Medora. I don't think there's any real question about that, but we have yet to get a final. Maybe we'll get that before we go off the air. I'll keep checking. Mitchell just jumped all over North Knox early with a 25-point quarter to start the game, and they pound the Warriors 80-44. The Jackets are unexpectedly, at least to me, 4-2 and really playing well. Paoli is undefeated. They're 5-0 now. They beat Austin tonight and beat them bad 80-53. Austin had been off to a good start, 3-2, but not tonight. Paoli goes down to Scott County and takes care of them. Eastern Pekin beats Borden 57-36 in their county tournament. Salem, 4-1 going into the night. They take care of West Washington in a Washington County showdown. They beat the Senators 52-27. Tough night for the Congressman. North Harrison in a huge upset. This is probably the game of the night. They beat Brownstown tonight in overtime, 52-51. Big win for Coach Jones and North Harrison. We will see them, or you will anyway, tomorrow night when we bring that broadcast. No, we won't either. What am I talking about? We're not going to North Harrison. You went to North Harrison last week.
Last Saturday.
You saw North Harrison play. Did you think they could beat Brownstown when you saw them last week?
No.
No, well, they did. Coach Kevin Jones, the ex-coach of JV coach of Paoli for many years, doing a great job there. He takes out Dave Benner 52-51. And former Valley coach Josh Thompson, our good friend, takes it on the chin tonight. He loses the tough one to Princeton 52-51.
All right, but here tonight, the Hawks, for the first time in 24 years, stand 5-1 through their first 6 games as they pull away in the second half to defeat Perry Central tonight on the Fast Eddie scoreboard at 58-43. We'll take our final break and wrap things up when we come back to the Hawks Nest in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School basketball.
Hello, my name is Ross Key. I speak farming and represent Springs Valley Bank and Trust, a true community bank committed to agriculture. As an ag specialist, I am committed to working with our customers and supporting the economic strength of our agricultural community. I look forward to building new and lasting relationships with farmers, businesses, and the people in the communities in which we live and work. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
Back for the final time at Springs Valley High School, where the Hawks pick up their 5th win of the year and 3rd in conference play as they take out Perry Central tonight by a final count of 58-43. Ryan Tao with 19 points leading the Hawks. Braden Whitaker added 14. Christian Tucker 13 more as Valley held Perry Central scoreless for almost the first 4 minutes of the fourth quarter, built double-figure leads, and go on to the victory. But again, Kevin, as Valley continues this long homestand, it'll turn out to be 9 overall. This was the 4th home game. They're now 3-1. The Lagodi Lions provide the opposition. And to me, I'm thinking it's going to be 12 days after tomorrow before the Hawks play again. So, yeah, they've already had 2 games under their belt, 2 tough ball games, but I think they just lay it out on the court tomorrow night. They'll have plenty of time to rest as we work our way through the holidays before they start their holiday tourney on the 28th of this month.
Yeah, you're going to get cold for Christmas, kids, if you don't manage to somehow beat Lagodi tomorrow night. Santa's canceling off. The elf at the shelf is watching. Got to get it done. It's going to be a great holiday no matter what happens here in the Valley. We're off to a great start. We love our team. But boy, sure, Christmas sure would be a lot more jolly if you can figure out a way to beat the Lions. The kids, they're like, Lagodi, that's another team on the schedule. But for the fans, for the parents, for the grandparents who have watched many a defeat at the hands of the Lions, they want that one, and they want that one badly. Lagodi struggling a little bit, as we've mentioned, lost to Shoals there this year. That's the second time, I think, in school history they've lost to Shoals. I could be slightly off on that. I know it was the first time in over 20 years they'd lost to the Jug Rock. They're kind of up and down. They're vulnerable. If you're going to get them, this is a chance to do it. You got them on your home floor. Got to find a way to take out Kid Cheeson's Lions tomorrow night. Won't be easy, but it will be a lot of fun.
All right. Paoli holds the distinction for having beaten Valley the most times, but that's simply because they played them more times than anybody else, maybe with the exception of Orleans. But as far as winning percentage against an opponent, Lagodi tops the list there of anybody that they have played a significant number of times.
So if you're listening, bring your mamas, bring your papas, bring all the family out, and bring your radios with you. Listen to Mike on the air tomorrow night, bring the action. But come out to the gym and support the kids tomorrow. It's going to be a big-time fun here if you can do it.
What do they say? It's time to exercise the demons.
Yes, it is, and I think we have a real chance to do it. It won't be easy. Lagodi has a lot of pride in their program as well. We'll see if we can get it done tomorrow night.
All righty. So Hawks now 5-1 on the year, 3-1 here at home, 3-0 in the conference with the win, 9-12 all-time. Their home record against Perry, they did pull a little bit closer, but Perry Central still leads in the overall series at 25-16. Commodores led tonight by the 13 points of Kane Honey. Ryan Hubert had 11 off the bench, but Perry drops to 1-5 on the year, 1-3 away from home, and they're now 0-2 in conference play as they drop their fourth consecutive ball game. Perry will take on Crawford County in the Perry Spencer tourney, that being played this weekend at Tell City. And of course the Hawks come back with Lagodi tomorrow night. More on that in just a moment. JV action tonight goes to Perry Central. Valley had a lead in that contest, could not hold on down the stretch and fall 48-44. Jared Spears' team now stands at 3-3 on the year. As always, we're grateful to our many advertisers that have allowed us to bring this game into your home car business wherever you might be tuning in, and we're especially appreciative of the cooperation we receive from our participating schools, so we send a thank you to the administration and coaches for both Springs Valley and Perry Central High Schools. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast as much as it has been our pleasure and privilege to bring it to you, and we'll be back with us as we bring you a full day of high school and college basketball tomorrow. We'll start with the big Orange County and PLAC rivalry as Springs Valley makes the short trip up to the doghouse to take on the Orleans Lady Bulldogs. Both those teams coming off huge road victories. Valley beating Bloomfield last night by 17, and Orleans knocking off Perry Central down in Leopold. That game's scheduled to start at 1:30. Our broadcast coverage to begin at 1:15. Then we'll join in progress IU taking on a very tough Notre Dame team at Bankers Life Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, and then we'll close out the day with Springs Valley looking for their 6th win in 7 tries as they host the Lagodi Lions. Back to a 7:30 tip on that, our broadcast coverage to begin at 7:15. For our studio engineer this evening, Adam Hole, and for Kevin Terrell, this is Mike Hamilton bidding you a fine and pleasant farewell from the Hawks Nest in French Lick, where tonight's final score on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard was the Springs Valley Blackhawks 58, the Perry Central Commodores 43. This is Springs Valley High School basketball.
WFLQ, the sports voice of the Valley, thanks you for listening to tonight's presentation of Springs Valley High School basketball. It's been brought to you by Sullivan Financial, Raymond James and Associates Investments, Highway 60 and 9th Street in Mitchell. Springs Valley Bank and Trust with offices in French Lick, Paoli, and Jasper. Springs Valley Metals, Highway 145, French Lick, and by Smithville Fiber, now offering DSL and fast internet service to customers, another way to serve you better. High school basketball presentation of Q100 Sports. You can best show your appreciation for this broadcast by telling and patronizing our sponsors. You're listening to your power station for sports, Q100 WFLQ French Lick.